into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. And I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Booyah! Boom. Welcome to it. Bam!
We ran into this.
We need like cartoon. We literally did sprints across the studio. I thought I did it quite gracefully.
Not so much. I almost fell, but don't worry. Everybody saved me.
We made it because we are that excited. Good morning. Welcome to it. My name is Graham Richards.
My name is Jamie Dom, reporting live on this Thursday morning. And this morning we're chatting all things tech. Of course, it's Tech Thursdays.
Yeah, man. It's going to be quite an exciting one. We've got spy phones, or phones spying on us, maybe, to designing your house through an app. Yes, we can do that now. And we're also going to catch up with Chef Tumi and hear a little bit of the aftermath of winning at the Lux Awards. We're so proud.
And then we're asking the big question on everyone's mind lately. Should we move to space in our weekly Final Frontier segment? Should we move to space?
Yeah, my son and I talk about it all the time. He's ready. He's ready to do it. And the crazy thing is, if I kind of do the timelines, he could actually do that. He could be, when he's old enough, he could study a space degree and go to Mars. And that's when Lynn starts crying and she can't handle the thought of him being 2,700,000 miles away from us. But really interesting questions. It is indeed a Tech Thursday, and we've got some amazing music thrown in. An old friend has come to visit. We'll reveal all that in just a moment. Right now, let's connect with another one of our favorites this morning, who is looking so upright. Fly. Too cool almost for this set. Good morning, son.
I can confirm that I did not run to this position. I walked gracefully and sat down just to chat to you. But what I will say to you, I spy with my little eye something beginning with a G, which is a good morning post, and we'd love to find out from you. As you mentioned, or as Jamie mentioned, there are so many great tech sort of devices that we are going to be exploring. So I want to know from you, if you were a spy, what would your secret gadget be? Because I love audio, my personal favorite would be a microphone that would be concealed somewhere to kind of pick up on very interesting conversations. That would be fantastic. I mean, the type of content you can get from there would be beautiful. But that's just me. I'm not sure about you, but you let me know. You can get onto Facebook, and that's the same spot that you'll put your sunrise photos, and the same spot you'll answer that very, very easy question as we get into some interesting tech related to spy technology. That is a little bit later on Expresso here in S3. But I hope you can sit back, relax, grab yourself a cup of coffee, and enjoy our first look at the news from around the world.
Thank you so much, Carl Wasey. Let's start with those national news first. It's been confirmed Nkosiyami Sithole gave birth to 10 babies on Monday. Ekurhuleni Mayor Mazindile Masina confirmed yesterday that his office had met with the family and that the mother and 10 bundles of joy were doing well. The Sithole family have thanked the mayor and said they are looking forward to further engagement with the city in the best interests of the children, and they promise to keep all posted on their progress. Now, they said they would welcome ideas on naming the decuplets. The co-chair of the Ministerial Advisory Committee on COVID-19, Professor Koleka Mlisana, says South Africa reported almost 9,000 COVID-19 infections in the last reporting period. This is almost double the previous figure of 4,200. The latest high numbers seem to confirm that SA is entering the third wave of the pandemic. Mlisana said it was worrying to see an increase in all provinces. She said Gauteng, the Free State and Northwest were probably in the middle of a third wave already. Moving on to our international news as well. 5 days after the Nigerian government blocked access to Twitter, many privately owned media outlets in the country have continued to use the platform. Some of the country's most popular media outlets, including the satirical publication Punch, which has some 4 million Twitter followers, have continued to use the platform. Pressure for the government to reverse its decision is also building from other quarters and a local rights group. Some 176 Nigerians have filed a lawsuit against the ban, and former US President Donald Trump has, however, praised the ban. And then France and Belgium have both entered their next phase for reopening in time for summer. In France, bars, restaurants, gyms and swimming pools are welcoming people indoors for the first time in 7 months. An overnight curfew was also delayed by 2 hours, which resulted in 5,000 people watching how Novak Djokovic reached the semi-final of the French Open at Roland Garros last night. Belgium is also easing its rules to allow indoor dining at cafes and restaurants. However, both countries retain some time limits, with numbers of customers restricted in both cases. And then next, why you now officially can't call it rooibos if it wasn't made here. In a world first for African food, the European Commission has approved the registration of the designation rooibos or red bush in its register of protected designations of origin, the PDO, and protected geographical indications. Now, what this means is that no manufacturer which has sourced their rooibos tea outside of designated local municipalities of the Western and Northern Cape can claim that the tea is rooibos. This is indeed an enormous boost for the local food economy. Dr. Ivan Meyer, Western Cape Minister of Agriculture, said the inclusion of rooibos in the PDO register signals its unique quality to consumers not only in Europe but all over the world. And later, Dr. Mogale Sebopetsa, head of the Western Cape Department of Agriculture, added, and I quote, "We've been working with the rooibos industry since the 1990s to prevent the name rooibos being misused by others. The inclusion of rooibos or red bush in the register means it can only be produced in parts of the Western Cape and Northern Cape. Now this, our heritage, is safeguarded for posterity, and the producers in our region will benefit." Come on, folks, let's all sip a tea to that. That is where I leave you with your 6 a.m. news. I'll be back on the top of the hour. Here is G with a first look at the sports headlines.
Well, as all the English news outlets try to wrap their mouths around rooibos, let's get into our sporting lineup this morning. Kaizer Chiefs have now announced that Stuart Baxter will be returning to the club as their new coach. That was after sacking Gavin Hunt. The 67-year-old English coach was, of course, in charge of Chiefs from 2012 to 2015, winning several trophies during his first stint, including 2 league titles, the Nedbank Cup and the MTN 8. Baxter has agreed to a 2-year contract with the Amakhosi. Then on to tennis, obviously dominating the headlines at the moment. And reigning champion Rafa Nadal, he has reached a record extending 14th Roland Garros semi-final. That was after beating Argentine Diego Schwartzman. The world number 3 Nadal won 6-3, 4-6, 6-4, 6-love against the 10th-seeded player on a buzzing court, Philippe Chatrier. Nadal will now face the top seed Novak Djokovic in the semis. That was after he saw Italian Matteo Berrettini 6-3, 6-2, 6-7, 7-5. The first men's semi-final will see German Alexander Zverev up against Greece's Stefanos Tsitsipas. Then on the women's side of the draw, Greece's Maria Sakkari beat defending champion Iga Swiatek to reach her maiden Grand Slam semi-final at Roland Garros. The 17th seed beating world number 9 6-4, 6-4. Swiatek will now face Czech Republic's Barbara Chekikova, who saw off American teenager Coco Gauff 7-6, 6-3. Then Russia's Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova will face Tamara Zidanšek of Slovenia, and that's at 3 p.m. today. Should be a thriller. But that's where we leave our sport for now. Let's get our first look at the skies above your neck of the woods.
Thanks, G, and I love a good sunrise, and thank you to all of our viewers that have taken the time to share how they start their morning. Thank you, Ashan Williams from George, for this beautiful and fresh-looking morning. Fatah Khan from Richards Bay also shared this picturesque photo overlooking the harbour in this particular area. Please do continue to share your sunrise photos with us on the Expresso Facebook page. We really love seeing your part of the country. Now, we love incorporating all of our viewers, and we can't leave out our international viewers who tune in via YouTube and the Africa channel. To start the morning off, we are bringing you an update on the weather from Keystone, South Dakota. Keystone is a town in the Black Hills region of Pennington County, South Dakota. It had its origins in 1883 as a mining town and has since transformed itself into a resort town, serving the needs of millions of tourists to Mount Rushmore National Memorial, located just beyond the city limits. Today, you can expect the day to be cloudy and very warm. A severe afternoon thunderstorm is expected, with storms possibly bringing flash floods, large hail, and damaging winds, so do be careful in that area. Now, going locally, the sardine run is a much anticipated phenomenon every single winter, especially along the popular Natal South Coast, and winter has officially been with us for more than a week. Massive sardine shoals have been spotted heading north. The KwaZulu-Natal Sharks Board says there has been a spike in predator fish activity due to the annual sardine run. The acting CEO of the Sharks Board, Harry Mabombo, said this year seems quite exciting due to very nice and cold water. Shark nets have been removed between Port Edward and Isipingo Beach near Durban, thus no swimming will be allowed between the two beaches. He said it was important for people to be aware of this. Last month, shoals of sardines were already spotted, making their way up the coast of the Eastern Cape towards KwaZulu-Natal. So the time has come once again for one of the world's most impressive natural phenomena, the Great Sardine Run. It may not be as visible as Kenya's wildebeest migration, but it remains a wonder of the natural world. Now onto your temperatures. Here's a first look for you. I know that you may be wondering what to wear today. I've got your back. Let's start you off in Polokwane. Good morning to you. 5 is your low. You rise to 19 a touch later. Bombela 10 to 24. Pretoria, you can expect 8 this morning. You rise steadily to 19. Johannesburg 7 to 17. Mahikeng 7 to 20. Klerksdorp, you can expect a beautiful day today. 5 to 18. Kimberley 8 to 19 for you. A 25% chance of rain in your area. Bloemfontein looking good. 3 is the low, so please stay warm. Rising to just 18. Richards Bay 14 to 22. Pietermaritzburg also a max for you at 22, and this is from 7 this morning. Durban 15 to 23. Umtata, you can expect 4 this morning, rising to 22. East London 13 the minimum to a maximum of 24. 3 degrees Celsius starts in Cradock, 20 degrees Celsius later. Gqeberha 11 to 25. George 12 to 23. Cape Town, you can expect 11, that moves to 19. Worcester 8 to 24. Sutherland 4 to 16. And then Uppington, you can expect 11 this morning, and that rises to 25 degrees Celsius a touch later. That's a wrap of the first weather report. I've got another report for you in about an hour's time. It gives you some good time to get those sunrise photos into me on the Expresso Facebook page.
There is indeed a glass and a half in everyone. As the saying goes, storybooks are a uniquely portable magic, and a love of reading is spoken and sparked when children use themselves or see themselves in stories and can relate it to it and actually kind of connect it with their own lives, even more so when it's shared in their own home language.
Now, of course, you can visit cadbury.co.za and follow the instructions to translate a word from English into an African language to help co-author a library of children's storybooks in a variety of African languages using that hashtag in our own words.
Yeah, and at the moment, only 2% of books, literature that is out there is written in languages that the majority, 80% of this country can actually connect to. So this is so important. And here's today's word. It is live. Not live. Obviously, we are very much about live because we go live every morning. But live, what an evocative word. And we want to know how you would say live in your own home language.
Why are you looking at me? You're like, how do you say? Woon in Afrikaans?
Woon.
Ek woon.
Ek woon. I always find Afrikaans, as soon as you translate an English word into Afrikaans, it comes alive. Hey, there's something about the color of the language that is
the most beautiful language.
It is. It sparks something, and that's at the heart of what we're doing here. It's sparking the imagination. So you can play your part and help to translate a word every day to help be a co-author of an entire library full of children's storybooks so that all children can enjoy enchanting tales in their own home language. And your first stop has got to be cadbury.co.za, and then you can help to create storybooks, hashtag in our own words, and do it today.
Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso on S3, and allow me to introduce you to our musical guests. I have to do this introduction and do it justice. So it's made up of singer and songwriter Chianosky and guitarist and producer Sasha Regini. I had to say it like that, he told me. The new indie soap pop band, they're called Amor Amor. They also told me to say it that way. They promised to brighten up your morning and your soul today, and I mean, make sure you're going to move the coffee table a little later, I can tell you that much. They came together when the world stood still, and their lead single, Pieces of Summer, has got the nation hooked. And they're joining us as our performers, our special guests today. So please give them a massive Expresso welcome. This is Amor Amor. Yes, yes. That's how I do it. That's what I did. I do it for you. You know, I did that for you. I walked around this entire studio. I said, "Can you do that, please?" That thing. They said it's fine.
Amazing. You should just come with us.
I will
you can
definitely.
Introduce us every single time.
I shall
That's
be
actually
your
a great
hype
idea.
man.
Yeah, that's a
I'm
great
ready
idea.
for this. So this is such an interesting project. I mean,
Yes.
two people from different walks of life, different musical influences coming together to do something that many people are calling what indie pop or, you know, not that I like genres in music, because I think music should transcend all boundaries.
Yes.
But I love the fact that this has come together. So I want to start with you, Chiano. I mean, I know you since 18. You've been
I know.
putting out singles,
Long time
doing
no
your
see.
thing. I mean, the last time I interviewed you was for a song called Sick Sick. I mean, that was a while ago.
That was my first single, yeah.
Yes, indeed. That's how long it's been. But now, obviously, you've grown as a person, as a singer, songwriter, and you're at this point where you wanted to start something new. So talk to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, this has been obviously super exciting for me. I've always wanted to explore and play in the whole indie genre, and I knew this was going to happen at some point. And I think I'm really lucky at this part of my career. I feel like I trust myself as a musician. I know what I'm capable of, and you know, the doubts have gone away, and now I can just free fall in this really cool genre where I get to experiment and have fun. And working with Sasha, he's such an awesome songwriter and just great musician. It's just been easy to do so, and we've had so much fun, you know. I think in the last year as well, it's forced everyone out of our comfort zones, and to be able to come out with such a beautiful project like this, with such cool music and different, totally I've never done before, and I just feel so good about it. I'm so excited. It's just the tip of the iceberg.
We are too. No,
Wow.
we're super excited. So, Sasha, from your side, I mean, you're part of the Plastics. Now,
Correct,
stepping away from that, you know, you are also a standalone producer. You know, you
I
are
am, yeah.
KO1.
KO1, yeah, it's my solo project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you also come with a lot of solo to
Indeed,
join
yeah.
a group. So, I mean, how has it been, I'm going to say, just sort of meshing your sound, your feeling, your musical sort of direction with Chiano's?
It's just been amazing. Shana is so talented, and we came together in lockdown, and we both didn't really know what to expect. And I come from a sort of indie, sort of different background. She's got the pop background, and it just merges so nicely. We write songs, we just sit down, we can write a song in half an hour. You know, it's actually.
You could write a song right here if you like it.
Don't tempt me. We're on live TV. Don't tempt me.
I can't believe you just said that.
Yeah, because we might have to do it.
I mean, we could do it.
Oh, really?
I know.
Okay, give us a second. I've got some more questions, then we can get to that in a moment. But, I mean, it sounds so cool. Apparently, you guys, was it Instagram that really got you together?
Yeah, we met. We just started chatting on
Yeah.
Instagram. Obviously, I knew Shiana's from her, career and stuff like that. So I was, as a producer, obviously quite keen to work with her. So I hit her up on Instagram when I saw she was in Cape Town.
And yeah,
Nice.
and then we kind of came together, not because we wanted to start this more and more. We just wanted to create music. I just moved to Cape Town, and I'm trying to link up with like-minded people. And then, yeah, you know, and then what happens is a song comes along, and then we looked at each other, and we're onto something here, you know, we're onto something special here, and we need to see it through. And then we just decided, we're gonna do this, we're gonna take this leap, and we're just gonna join forces and, you know, make amazing music.
It is amazing, because I know that the music is going to be absolutely incredible later. We can't wait to see you guys perform. It'll be my first time seeing you perform as well, which is really exciting, and live. I miss live music so much.
I know.
I really do, and now I get to see it, and everybody does, in fact. So, a couple of quick-fire questions. Okay, we're going to answer nice and quickly. We're going to run through them, all right? First and foremost, just right, Chiano, if you want to sort of do an indie pop description in a sentence, what would it be? Love it. Perfect answer. Love it. That's because, we love it. You just did the Macaulay Culkin Home Alone.
Yeah, you know, I don't know, nostalgic, Guitar. I don't know.
Nostalgic guitar.
I don't know.
Love it.
Beautiful, love it.
Quick one, Amor, Amor. Why pick the name?
Love of love. I mean,
Love, love.
Love, love.
Perfect.
Love
no
to
more.
love.
Good answer. A word to describe your performances that we'll see later on Expresso.
Kick ass.
Love it. I'm glad you said that because that's a word that is allowed. Great. Then, from your side, okay, in terms of Chiano and her hair person, would you take on the same hair person in your future?
Well, yeah, I mean, look how amazing her hair is. So yes, definitely.
I'm just kidding. You guys are amazing.
the wish.
I like
Cue the wish,
just whoosh
you
it
know?
around. That's it. As you can see, this is going to be one of the most kick beep type of performances you'll ever see on Expresso here at S3. It is Amor, Amor, and you are going to love it, as they say. Amor is going to be the feeling that you'll feel inside of your lounge, your bedroom, wherever you're watching us from, and they'll be performing later. And some songs that you're going to need to add to your playlist, they are coming your way soon. This is Amor, Amor, later on Expresso.
I'm just wondering what they're going to name the song that they write this morning in studio. Hey? Feel
will have
good.
to-
I like that. Feel good. Maybe that's a nice one. You can think of some song names, but great to have them in studio. And also great to be focusing on something that by now you should know is absolutely, fundamentally important to us on this show. Living a sustainable life is an important part of preserving our planet for future generations. We know this now, but more importantly, we're actually taking it on board. And one of the ways we can do this is through carbon neutrality. And this is when your carbon footprint is reduced to the point where these efforts outweigh your carbon footprint. And think recycling using solar energy or products produced in a carbon neutral way right across that value chain. Everything Nespresso stands for at the moment. What I love about this, we used to, a couple of years ago, we used to talk about this as a notion. Now it's actually happening. What do you want?
Well, take a look at this.
Do you want La Completa?
Care is protecting a way of life for generations,
CARE is taking action on behalf of fairness and sustainability.
bringing passion to everything you do.
Care is a service to our communities, our environments.
Proving good taste and good values go hand in hand.
Because together we're stronger.
Care is what goes into every single cup of Nespresso.
Nespresso. What else?
And of course, Nespresso aims to be carbon neutral in 2022, and this is how they'll do it. They're going to do this by planting trees and investing in reforestation initiatives. Also, 4.5 million trees planted across South America, Southeast Asia, and Africa. And then also more than 90% of used capsules will be collected worldwide. And then almost 100% of coffee sourced from AAA program that support farmers, their communities, and environment. And we've been seeing just the great work that's been doing in the communities, and it all starts in Nespresso.
And it's a complete ecosystem. It's about rebuilding the forests around the farms. It's about understanding the ecology of that area, but it's also about the human capital, about investing in the farmers so that their practices are more sustainable. I went with the La Completa for you this morning.
Thanks so much,
I know it's
but
a
you didn't
favorite.
put a cup there, and so now
Oh, my word.
you see, this
Don't
is what
laugh.
happens when you
Don't
didn't have your
laugh.
first cup of
I was
coffee
really
already.
excited. I was really excited about, I'm going to get a sip. I get one sip of coffee. What did I do? Why is my karma like this? Well, I do love my Colombia at the moment, so I'll have to make another one.
Are you-
but
and you
I'm
made
going to
me?
say, no, that's
Either?
enough of a sip there. I've got to say we applaud our heroes that are approaching carbon neutrality, and I think every step that you take towards living a more sustainable life helps in the fight against global warming and creating a more sustainable future, and that's for all of us. Start with a cup of coffee or just a sip of coffee that you drink every morning. Cheers.
Cheers again.
Cheers. So just don't laugh.
Care is bringing passion to everything you do.
Proving good taste and good values go hand in hand.
Care is what goes into every single cup of Nespresso.
Made with care. Hecho con cuidado.
Nespresso. What else?
Only you can make my day. Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso on S3. So at Universe Direct, it's all about the old and the new. By refurbishing and reconditioning old IT hardware, consumers can reap the benefits of using quality products without the cost and environmental impact. Take a look. Universe Direct is SA's largest distributor of refurbished IT equipment. The main benefit of buying refurbished equipment is the cost. Brand new laptop computers have higher prices because you're paying the market price. Every refurbished laptop, printer, scanner, server, or desktop computer you buy from Universe Direct has gone through the most stringent reconditioning process. This month, we celebrated our success and passion by inviting top South African graffiti artist Mac One to create an art piece which not only demarcates the floor area in which the reconditioning work is done on the IT equipment, but also our passion for what we do.
Well, refurbished computing is and has become an established part of the IT landscape. But what a lot of people don't realize is that a refurbished product is only as good as the reconditioning aspect of the process. And that's why we pride ourselves in having state-of-the-art quality reconditioning area, and that's where the Mac One's graffiti work comes in as a pride issue for us to take pride in our area, for us to take pride in that part of the process. And reconditioning is so important within the process that I'd even recommend to anybody buying a refurbished computer that they become aware of the supplier and their ability to recondition effectively.
This is so important because not only are students learning about a transfer of skills from a master, Mac One, but they're learning how to work collaboratively and they're learning how to work in a space where reconditioning, upcycling, refurbishing is part of the values.
I think classrooms really do seal off children, you know, we don't really always get to take them out into the world, especially the times we live in now, you know, they live in a classroom and on here, that's their entire lives. To actually go out and have the opportunity to actually be part of something, create something, should actually give them a whole new experience of what they want to do one day after school.
The core of graffiti is taking the normal alphabetic letters and reconditioning it to make it look something like that and beyond. What we're trying to create is with the help of the young people we see behind us. The mural is encompassing what this company represents, which is access of the university at your fingertips, taking something old and reconditioning it and making it fresh, new, so it can be reused, upscaled. So I'm using all the influences that this place has, which is all the computer parts with inside.
I always found an interest in it, and I always thought it would be fun, and it is fun. There's something about it that feels more natural than like paper and stuff. Maybe when I get back home and I decide to draw and I feel nothing, I'll just be like, okay, street art it is.
It's amazing. I am so excited and I'm grateful for the program, and I am grateful for the opportunity most of all. I did the art part. I did some of the coloring and the outline. I'm really excited to see what it's going to look like. I believe that it's going to be a masterpiece.
It's very rare that you meet someone so famous and legendary, so it makes you feel like very special. That makes you like, oh, I got to do this, and when you see it on TV, and you're like, oh my goodness, I did that. You can tell your friends and family, I did that.
We love the fact that local artists are connecting with private companies and given this opportunity to be able to possibly see if there's opportunity for them in the future in the field of art.
Community art is such an important aspect of life. What makes it different from normal art working together is that it works with a message in mind, so that the student can take something away from the experience. So it's actually changing the student as well as the people that work with them.
This is business talking to the youth. It is also the business speaking to the environment and reconditioning, and it's people, profit, planet. That's responsible design. This is perfect responsible design.
I love it. It's art, it's technology, and it's giving back. It's so, so beautiful. So that's Universe Direct. But from my side, I wanted you to directly answer the question a little earlier on the Expresso Facebook page related to, if you were a spy, what type of secret gadget would you have? And these two good-looking people are about to answer your questions.
I've literally been running around in studio asking, what would your gadget be? What would your gadget be? What would your gadget be?
Like a suit that turns invisible. So if things got orcs on set, I could just go and just turn invisible.
Wow, I think you and Jack, I need to watch out.
Yeah,
Lynn, please watch out for the two of them, okay? But let's find out what you had to say on our social media platforms. Look at Raul. Pulane says lipstick and a pen, most definitely an invisible car.
You go the whole hog, I love that.
Got it.
Our reg, Joan Cameron, saying my secret gadget would be a small camera and a microphone hidden in my spectacles.
Yes, like Tony Stark. So I was asking Jordan, the social media person. So I always wanted to have like glasses when I'm looking at someone and they're in an interesting conversation, just to find out what they're actually saying.
You know, those
like
exist now. I mean, you can do that.
Can you get me a
Augmented
bit,
reality, they're very expensive. Katlech was saying, morning team, all the gadgets that are in Men in Black, all of them. The suit, the car, the shades, and the minigun, and the memory tranquilizer. That would be quite cool if we have another awkward moment where you can just go, forget about that, rewind.
Aisha says a necklace. Okay, just like a necklace. Cool. What is it going to do?
Is that a hint? I think that's a hint to
the house.
Bay, yeah.
Everyone. She just wants a necklace, guys. And then William saying an invisible watch. What is it? Why do you guys want to be invisible?
What? Is it a watch that's invisible, so it just looks like you don't wear a watch, but you always know the time? Like, I don't understand. Dummy saying my cell phone. Simple as that.
Katle also says a watch, and then Kemba says my suit. What is the suit?
A tech suit.
I don't know.
Okay? Like that tuxedo with Jackie Chan wears that fights for you.
First, I think you guys watch too much movies and you've been hanging around Grant Hines and maybe JP Sebastian a bit too much.
Yeah, no, but we love it. Let the Imagine a Nation fly this morning. We want to know what secret spy gadget would you choose if you could?
My earrings, actually.
Invisible earrings.
Yeah.
The rich taste that says you've arrived. Uyigakara. Living a life of illusion. Leaving your finances on the rocks. In this world of Bazotina Bantu, do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money seriously?
It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso. It's S3. We're live, and I figured let's do something spontaneous on the show. Spontaneous as in music match. Now, this is a fun game for anybody who knows music or doesn't know music. It's the best in the entire world, and you're going to love it. I thought the best people to be pitted against each other would be Chianosky from the band Amor Amor, who you'll see very, very soon. And then, of course, Jamie Lee Domberg, a talent in her own right, somebody with platinum hair, don't care. That's her vibe. So, Chiano versus Jamie Lee. I just want to say welcome to the couch of courage. So what you'll have is, it's a simple game, music match. If you've never played this game, I'm going to give you a little word. And what you need to do is sing back to me a song that has that word in it. It's simple as that.
Any song.
You can do any song as long as it's got that word in it. The word could start the song title or the chorus of the song or the bridge of the song. As long as I hear that word loud and proud on the track, it's fine. And then you get the point. Yeah. The whole idea, beat Jamie Lee, please.
Okay. Which is very easy. Don't worry. Like, I'm not giving you a run
for your money. By the way, she's hustling you. Don't listen to her. Okay, let's go. Are you ready? You ready?
Yes.
Okay, Chiano, I want you to go first, if you don't mind. And my first word for you would be light. Give me a track with light in it somewhere.
Come on, baby, light my fire. Trying to set the night on fire.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Jamie Lee, look at if you want to go. I just want to say that if you want to go.
Me here.
No, it's okay. Trust me, Chiano, one thing Jamie Lee does. No, it's okay.
All the words?
This one can sing. You don't hustle. Yes, you can show me something. Also with that same akalchi. You know what I'm saying? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Here. Not here, but as in here.
Here I am to worship, here I am to bow down, here I am to say,
Amen.
You're my God.
Amen, sister, amen. Amen.
I didn't know she had a voice like that.
Can I just say, Chiano, if Amor Amor are looking for members, Jamie Lee is available. I have her CV.
I sing gospel.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. Okay, let's go to another one. All right, Chiano, your next word is back.
The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town.
Da-dum, da-dum.
The boys are back in town.
Da-dum, da-dum. Okay, points. Love it.
Okay.
Wow, okay, fine.
Really
By the way,
in town with their
the voice, same things, Jamie Lee, from you. Perfect. Tears.
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 Tears on my pride, tears on my pillow. I'm holding you down.
Okay, points. You said tears. It's okay. Points. Chiano, next word. Ready?
Okay.
All right, stand by. Friend.
Ooh.
Friend.
Friend. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You guys know that song.
Well, you know what? I just want to shout to infinity and beyond.
There we go.
Yes, I got you.
Exactly what it's for.
Right, you ready for your next word?
I am.
Your next word is change.
Change.
Yeah.
Change.
Yes, change. You got this. Come on.
Change my heart, oh Lord, make it ever true. Change my heart, oh Lord, may I be like you. Thank you, Jesus, for giving me all this
amen.
word.
Look at the gospel is here. Do you know he is here? Jamie Lee, he is here to help you. Amen.
Gospel Mondays has taught you well, guys.
Ready for my performance now.
I know, right? We all warmed up.
Me, girl.
Okay, I want to do another one if you don't mind. Okay, Chiano, you ready? Light.
Ooh, haven't we done light?
Exactly, we're going around again. We're going around again. Okay? Because I want to challenge you to...
Oh, I don't know. I'm stumped. Light.
Me?
Yes, you go for it.
This little light of mine.
I'm gonna let it shine.
This little light of mine.
Amen. Amen.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Yes.
Let it shine, girl.
Honestly, it's like velvet on my ear. I can when she sings, it's velvet. It really is beautiful. Okay, are you ready for yours? We're gonna go back again.
Oh, back to me. Okay.
Yeah, no, go back to you. All right. I decided to change. I wanted because you bring so much light. I just gave you light twice. I hope you don't mind. Right. It's the truth. Jamie Lee, something special. Lover.
Lover.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I want to see what gospel track. This is not gospel.
This is not.
Do they sing this in church?
Yeah. Oh, after the church.
After church, okay.
Lover.
It's the shaggy. She's getting shaggy right now. It's the shaggy.
Okay. You know, I can imagine coming from the gospel, eh?
Yeah,
Out the doors. Lava. Just like that. Okay,
No
great.
judgment
Next
zone.
one.
No judgment zone.
All right, this is the last round.
Okay.
Ladies, last round. Here we go. Shake. Chiano.
Shake it off. I shake it off. That's all I know of the lyrics right now.
Because the haters gonna hate.
Do you know what I hate?
What?
Not I hate, I love this about you, but you can sing anything and it just sounds good. Like, shake, you didn't even know the words, but you
Okay,
just
we should totally put that to the test. But before we get there, your last round. You ready for your word?
I am.
Okay. Your last word is time.
Time. Time to say goodbye.
Okay.
Now there's almost said it. Whatever's
Operatic. Okay. To put this, before I decide on a winner, to put this to test, you said that Chiano can sing anything.
Anything.
All right. Can you sing something, right, that'll make it sound beautiful? Just sing Pay Your Taxes. Are you ready?
Come on, everybody, gotta pay your taxes. Gotta get up, gotta pay your taxes.
I want to pay my taxes.
I'm gonna pay it today.
I'm gonna pay it, guys.
I'm gonna pay it today. Sure. Okay, wowza. All right, so can I just say that this is
I
absolutely
promise they didn't tell me this before I got to this.
I know, I got you. Well done, ladies.
Well done.
At the moment, I'm actually going to give it to Chiano, Jamie Lee, if you don't mind. This is the crown is yours. Congratulations. We're going to give you all the accolades.
Yeah, we're both princesses.
And yes, they are. They are phenomenal, these two ladies. And of course, Chiano is part of a group called Amor, that'll be performing for you a little later. But for now, all of that made me hungry. What are you cooking up in the kitchen there, G?
I am proud of the dad I've become. I'm amazing, an incredible specimen of fatherhood. There's nothing wrong with doing the school run in my pajamas. You've got this, Dad.
Thank you so much, Sister Domberg, for taking us to church.
Can I get an amen?
Amen, sister. And of course, now it's time to prepare a meal that is fit for a Sunday lunch. And this one's just for dads. The recipe has everything needed to warm your dad's heart. There's curry, there's beautiful lamb, and just to make things a little bit easier, rock and roll, they've turned it into a tray bake. And I say they, by that I mean all of the voices that go on in Chef Clem's head.
So many.
There are so many influencing
So
you.
many.
This one might have come to him in a dream, but we're going to make a spicy, delicious, and really easy to make lamb curry, sticky lamb curry tray bake.
It really is easy.
Really?
It's
It
so
looks
easy.
man.
You can start it with olive oil.
But why should you?
When you can just give ghee a chance. Ghee is amazing. Okay,
whiz.
we're gonna ghee whiz. Ghee whiz, I like
What
it.
does the ghee do to this particular
So it's
ensemble?
the added flavor and benefits of butter without burning. So you're gonna get that nice crust on your meat, or that flavor, and it's not gonna burn.
So it has a higher smoking point than butter.
And as you can see, we are smoking. So then I'm gonna use some free-range lamb chunks. And the amazing thing about actually all the winter proteins that we have at Woolies, right? It's never frozen, which means you retain all that beautiful texture in the meat, which is everything.
Yeah, for
Absolutely.
sure, for sure.
And being free range is also free of routine hormones, antibiotics, none of that stuff. So you guaranteed always gonna get that Woolworths exceptional quality.
Yeah.
Every
in
time.
every one of our winter meats. And this really is winter meat. This is like a warm-up from the inside out.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And I also like the sides. They're not skimpy. You
Right?
get a beautiful...
You can see how chunky it is and a bit of that fat, because you want that fat. That's where the flavor of the lamb
Let it
really
render.
is.
Let it
render. Let it brown. Brother
All right,
Graham's
buddy.
also in the kitchen. Okay,
What can I do to help you, man?
I'm going to ask you to slice the onion.
I can't. You're going to make me cry.
Don't cry. Don't
Okay,
cry.
I'll do my best.
Okay.
I'll try not to get emotional about it.
Lamb's in. I'm going to season it with some salt. You're doing the onion for me. Thank you so much. Then, super simple. This is a real easy dish, and it's kind of working on some pantry staples that kind of like just help you get that, I say weekday, but I mean it's great on the weekend as well. 'Cause It does take about 3 hours to cook, but it's a great dish that you just put it in the oven and you forget about it. Come back in 3 hours, everything's super tender.
And all those flavors have infused beautifully. I love that.
So curry leaves are absolutely, absolutely amazing. Always say, if you're not really that good at making a curry, add curry leaves to your curry.
Just to ramp it up.
I'm just gonna give that a whip.
Wow.
It's so good. I'm just gonna.
Aromatics. Oh, show.
It's so good. Okay, I'm gonna add a few sprigs because I love it so much. Then, instead of chopping garlic, chopping ginger, all of that, we're just gonna go with the little convenient pack, and that's going in. So I'm gonna go chili, because we can. Okay, garlic first, ginger in, a bit of chili. We love chili.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's winter, extra vitamin C.
It must warm you up, yeah.
It has to, it has to. Then, let's go
But what I
curry
like
paste.
about all of those, the ginger, the garlic, and the chili, they're flavor activators. So it's not that they overpower a dish, they kind of enhance all of the other flavors.
Absolutely, and because it's gonna cook for 3 hours, they're all gonna come together. Right?
Beautiful.
Then instead of adding all the separate spices, I love these curry pastes. I'm going to use the vindaloo today. And it just makes life so much easier. And I just keep like a little stack of them in the cupboard. So whatever I feel like, whatever curry, I'm going to change it up, add that to it.
Because they've already gone through that exhaustive process of activating, again, to use that word, the flavors within that curry. So the fact that you're getting this beautiful oily paste, you know it is jam-packed with flavor.
Exactly. So get that in there. And as soon as it hits the pan, you should really start smelling the spices in there. Then, let's go. What are we going to do next? Let's talk about tomatoes. Tomatoes are really great, but when they're not in season, we're very lucky because we have like amazing tin tomatoes, and these are packed full of tomato flavor. And tomatoes have umami in them, which is great. So it adds a savory note.
And I like the cherry tomato version because they are a little bit sweeter, which I think for this particular
yes.
curry, it's going to lend itself to that flavor.
Absolutely.
Look at the richness of that paste.
Can you smell it?
Yeah.
I'm going to just give it a little bit of water just to bring it all together, give it a good stir. I want to really brown that meat evenly. Give that curry paste a chance to
And what
really...
you're doing there, the reason why you're browning it first, obviously to get the flavors going in the curry side, but also to caramelize that fat, to get the flavor out of that beautiful lamb, yeah?
Absolutely. Okay, so let's go. We're going to do tomatoes and tin openers, eh? No, we don't do that.
Who needs tin openers?
We don't do that.
No.
So, okay, there we go. Tomatoes go in, and then we don't waste.
Of course.
We never waste. There we go. Add that water because there's flavor in there as well. Then,
so there's quite a lot of moisture going in there at this phase, eh?
But it's going to cook for 3 hours, so it's going to reduce. I've got these amazing beef concentrates. And it's like, it's
you get
instant.
lamb, you get chicken, you get veg as well.
It's, yeah, it's instant, like serious beefy flavor. So that's going to go in there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pop it in the oven. I've got some extra meat that we browned off a little earlier.
Thank you.
I'm just going to add it because, I mean,
we've got a lot of people to feed here. And this is hearty. Oh, lovely.
That goes in. So it's super, super simple. And like I said, I mean, we kind of did this real time, didn't we?
Yeah, for sure.
And then it goes into the oven for 3 hours. And I say 3 hours because you really want that meat to kind of like break and become super, super soft. And you want the sauce to reduce.
What heat? This is something I cooked a beautiful sirloin roast. And I did the same. I seared it off as you taught me to do. I kind of put the salt on the outside to ensure that I got that lovely flavor, and then finished off at quite a low heat. What heat, when you're putting meat into the oven like this, you know?
Yeah. Because I had so much liquid in there, I'll put the lid on and put it at 180.
180, okay.
But if you notice it's like really reducing too quickly, turn it down. Go like 10 degrees every time. But I mean, it's literally gonna go for, and with the lid on, I'll say, go for like 2 hours, 45 minutes at 180. And don't worry, it will reduce. Some of that moisture will come out. And I wasn't a very good friend.
Why?
Because you chopped all those onions. And
I know. I thought you were going to do it at the end, or we were going to have like a nice...
I'll add it now.
An onion tartare.
Okay, onions go in. And that's the amazing thing about this dish. Like I said, it goes into the oven, you forget about it. So, a curry for me, whenever we do curry night, it's not just about one curry. You always serve it with like a few extra bits. So Woolies has this amazing Bombay potatoes, which is like you pop it in the microwave, and then it's done. Bombay potatoes, the garlic naan, some yogurt. This is food that you kind of get involved in. It's emotional eating. So you break off a piece of that naan, you scoop up some of that lamb, top it with a little bit of that yogurt, and in your fork on the side, you got some potatoes, so you go like this, and you go like this, and you just like, you get involved.
And dads can get involved.
Dads should
just sit there, and he can have 3 helpings. You know when dads, they chill, and I'm at this phase now where you eat so much that they just have to chill, undo the belt buckle a little bit, and just blow them on the couch.
Stretch your pants.
Watch some rugby, hey?
I rate dads should make this, absolutely. This dish, you want to try this and then like a bit of a spin, this will be amazing in a potjie. done.
For sure.
Everyone's going to be happy.
Love the flavors. I love that we've cut a few corners, but we haven't skimped at all on the taste. In fact, the Woolies food developers have injected all of that taste and then made it easy for us with a paste, with beautiful quality meat, great tinned tomatoes, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And you can find this recipe on woolworths.co.za with a whole lot of Father's Day, Dad's Day inspiration. And I'm looking forward to, we're going to, I think, be gifted with some Father's Day gifts. But please, can I taste? Do you mind?
Please do. Let's go.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of the flatbread. All right.
Yeah.
Not too much.
A little dunky dunk. So if you wanted to do a quicker version of this dish and you didn't have 3 hours.
Like of eating.
I'm going to say it again.
No, I'm going to save it.
Load shedding. Okay. You could do chicken with this, and then the chicken would actually cook in like less than half the time. But you'll still get those intense curry flavors. Oh, you're going for like a proper layered effect.
Yeah, no,
those Bombay potatoes are seriously delicious. I absolutely love them. It's potatoes in like a nice creamy curry sauce. They're not too spicy. You're not gonna mess.
I tried too hard there.
Look how full his cheeks are. Okay. Can you tell us where we're going next? What's your name? Where you from? Give us your life history.
I'm in heaven.
It's good, right?
The lamb literally just disintegrated him. I didn't even have to chew. And that's how lazy Dad will be on Father's Day.
Right.
Too lazy to even chew. He just has to put this in his mouth and it just melts. It is delicious. Beautiful, soft flavors. Absolutely amazing. If you missed any of the steps to this incredibly easy tray bake, take a look.
feel-good breakfast show.
It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and I can tell you that these amazing individuals are going to be performing for you very, very soon. It's called Amor. And before they perform, I have a surprise for them because I know we didn't exactly want to do it, and we thought we'd just let them perform, but I want to play the music video because I think it's amazing. So, Chiano, if you don't mind, I would love to know about the music video, how you put this one together. Pieces of Summer.
Pieces of Summer, obviously we decided to go out to the Karoo, you know, to
Yes.
a little bit of our beautiful country, and it was really fun. So we basically kidnapped a hitchhiker who is another guitarist, also in the band, and we perform, and then all of a sudden we like forget that he's in the boot, and he's like all of a sudden a skeleton kind of thing.
Yes, happened to me before.
Yeah, it's super quirky, it's super fun. We wanted to be really real and laid back, and it was really cool. And then, oh my gosh, I must tell you, so the second day when we're doing day 2, our director puts his shoe on in Montague and gets stung by a scorpion at like 9 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
And we had to like rush him to like Montague Hospital. Anyway, he's fine, Barry, we love you.
Okay.
And we still pulled it off, and it was like anything, this is what happens, this is show business, this is how it goes, you know. But it was really fun, and we hope you guys enjoy the music video.
It must go on. All right, Sash and Chiano, I'm excited to play this one for you. Pieces of Summer, Scorpions, and People in Boots. What a vibe, and I can tell why the guy was left in the boot. It's a happy story, it really is. But these amazing people, Amor will be performing for you live in the next couple of minutes. Before we get there, here's some news. Jamie Lee standing by.
1 minute before 7 o'clock, time to have a look at this news headline. Starting with your national news, the United Arab Emirates ambassador to South Africa, Mahash Alameli, has confirmed that his country has ratified an extradition treaty with South Africa that will ensure that the Guptas are brought back here to answer to allegations of state capture. The National Prosecuting Authority earlier announced that it had asked Interpol to assist with arrest warrants for Atul and Rajesh Gupta, as well as their wives. Now, the Guptas are believed to have fled to the UAE in early 2018 as criminal investigations for alleged corruption accelerated. It's also been confirmed Nkosiyame Sithole gave birth to 10 babies on Monday. Ekurhuleni Mayor Mazandile Masina confirmed yesterday that his office had met with the family and that the mother and 10 bundles of joy were doing well. The Sithole family have thanked the mayor and said they are looking forward to further engagement with the city in the best interest of the children, and they promised to keep all posted on their progress. They also said they would welcome ideas on naming the decuplets. Moving further abroad with our international news, Joe Biden has embarked on his first foreign trip as US president. He's set to meet European partners and Russian President Vladimir Putin. Now, the trip will begin with a meeting today with British Prime Minister Boris Johnson before they set off for the G7 summit. Biden will also meet with the Queen at Windsor Castle and join his first NATO summit as US president. Now, before departing, Biden said his administration would provide 500 million doses of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine to some 100 countries over the next 2 years. And then 5 days after the Nigerian government blocked access to Twitter, many privately owned media outlets in the country have continued to use the platform. Some of the country's most popular media outlets, including the satirical publication Punch, which has some 4 million Twitter followers, have continued to use the platform. Pressure for the government to reverse its decision is also building from other quarters and a local rights group. Some 176 Nigerians have filed a lawsuit against the ban, and former US President Donald Trump has, however, praised the ban. And now some amazing news of a herd of elephants on the march in China. A herd of Asian elephants trekking across China's southwestern areas have captivated the nation and the world. Hundreds of millions have taken to social media to watch, discuss, and also guess about their incredible journey. A video of them taking a nap went viral in such a short space of time. They've already marched some 500 kilometers from their original habitat and have so far caused damage of more than $1 million, about 14 million rand. Now, Chinese state TV has launched a 24-hour live feed of the huge mammals, 12 adults and 3 calves, on the epic trek through barns, crop fields, and close to homes in the Yunnan province. The entire Yunnan firefighting brigade has been instructed to closely monitor and protect them as they trundle along. Now, many roads have been closed using convoys of huge trucks to keep them from densely populated areas. Dozens of drones are also deployed, and more than 400 people have been mobilized to ensure they are not harassed. It's still unclear exactly when or why they left their habitat. Some experts think an inexperienced leader may be leading the herd astray, while others believe the elephants could be searching for a new habitat somewhere else. On that note, that is where I leave your 7 a.m. news headlines. Here's G with a look at the sports.
Thank you, Jamie. Well, just like the elephant, Amakosi fans never forget. And Kaizer Chiefs have announced that Stuart Baxter will be returning to the club as their new coach. That was after sacking Gavin Hunt. The 67-year-old English coach was, of course, in charge of Chiefs from 2012 to 2015 and won several trophies during his first stint, including 2 league titles, the Nedbank Cup and the MTN 8. So Baxter has agreed to a 2-year contract with the Amakosi. Then tennis in firm focus at the moment, dominating our headlines. Reigning champion Rafa Nadal, he's reached now a record-extending 14th Roland Garros semi-final after beating Argentine Diego Schwartzman. The world number 3 Nadal won 6-3, 4-6, 6-4, 6-love against the 10th seed on a buzzing court Philippe Chatrier. Nadal will now face top seed Novak Djokovic in the semis. That was after he saw off Italian Matteo Berrettini 6-3, 6-2, 6-7, 7-5. That first of the men's semi-finals will see German Alexander Zverev up against Greek Stefanos Tsitsipas. Then on the ladies' side of the draw, Greece's Maria Sakkari, she beat defending champion Iga Swiatek to reach her maiden Grand Slam semi-final at Roland Garros. The 17th seed beating world number 9 6-4, 6-4. Swiatek will now face Czech Republic's Barbara Chekivkova, who saw off American teenager Coco Gauff 7-6, 6-3. Then Russia's Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova will face Tamara Zidanchek of Slovenia, and that's at 3 p.m. today. And that's where we leave our sport for this hour. Let's get a take on today's weather.
Thank you to all of our viewers that have taken the time to share how they start their morning. And kicking us off in this 7 a.m. bulletin for you is a beautiful blue sky scattered with clouds. And this is from Louise G. Cheery from Maybury Park, and that is from Alberton. And then we've got Melanie Jennifer Bosman from Ladysmith in the Western Cape with this pastel-coloured skyline. Beautiful stuff. Thanks a lot for sending it my way. Please do continue to share your sunrise photos with us on the Expresso Facebook page. We really love seeing your part of the country. Now, while we love our local viewers, we also want to include our international audience who tune in via the Africa channel and YouTube. And then, of course, there is a lovely city that I want to introduce you to, Atlantic City from New Jersey. And this update is just for you. The city is a coastal resort city, and it is known for its casinos and boardwalk as well as beaches. Windy advisory warnings have been issued for the area. Today, you can expect breezy and humid conditions in the morning with showers in places. A maximum of 23 degrees Celsius will be reached today. And now an interesting item regarding a very special star, the sun. The sun is constantly bubbling and bursting, and if eruptions on its surface are large enough, they can send billions of tons of plasma and electrically charged particles hurtling toward the Earth. To observe and study those kinds of explosions, called coronal mass ejections, NASA and the European Space Agency launched the Solar Orbiter probe in February last year. And earlier this year, the probe flew within 77 million kilometers of the sun, and it caught video footage of 2 coronal mass ejections, resulting in a significant release of plasma and accompanying magnetic field. Now, outbursts like these are beautiful, but they can also be dangerous, like cutting off radio as well as space communications. It's been speculated that a solar storm cut off SOS broadcasts from the Titanic as it sank back in 1912. That's why the Solar Orbiter is investigating such eruptions to protect both astronauts and Earth's electric grid. After that piece of interesting news from space, let's go down to Earth and check out your temperatures across South Africa. Starting off in Polokwane, 5 to 19. You can expect today. Bombela, 10 is your low, that rises to 24. Pretoria, 8 to 19. Johannesburg, 7 to 17. Mahikeng, 7 is the way you start this morning, rising to 20. Klerksdorp, 5 to 18. Kimberley, you're going to be a max of 19 later, 8 this morning. Bloemfontein, 3 to 18. Richards Bay, 14 to 22. Pietermaritzburg, good morning to you. 7 is your low, that rises to 22. Durban, the max for you is 23 from a low of 15. Umtata, 4 to 22 today. And moving on to East London, 13 to 24. Cradock, 3 to 20. Gqeberha, 11 to 25. George, no chance of rain in your parts. Nice and sunny, 23 the max from a low of 12. There is a beautiful day expected, but nice and chilly, 19 the max in Cape Town, low of 11. Worcester, 8 to 24. Sutherland, 4 to 16. And then Uppington, 11 to 25. That's a wrap of your temperatures for now. Let's jump over to some things that you are going to amor or love right here on Expresso.
Oh man, we're going to have a little bit of fun right now and raise the level. We've just learned all about how the new indie soul rock pop awesomeness outfit that is Amor got together and how much fun they've been having. Of course, we saw an amazing music video. Now we're going to see them live with a brilliant and amped up performance of She Wants What She Wants, man.
that?
Big green field. About 1,000 people dancing, losing their minds. You know what? Because I'm really old, so I know I really am. So thanks, man. Thanks, love. I'm more. I'm picking up like there's Blondie vibes there. There's a bit of The Cure in a riff there. There's some beautiful layers to that music, guys. Just congratulations. This is clearly a very creative union.
Thank you so much.
So what I need is for you to get creative right now and write that song. No, I'm not going to force you to write a song.
We can do it, right?
I know you can.
What you waiting for?
Incidentally, how does it start? How does the creative process start with you guys? Does it happen with a riff? Does it happen with a line, a word?
I think like it's always different, you know. Sometimes Sasha, he's just a songwriting machine. Like every time I see him at the studio, he's like, I got a new song, and I'm like, hold on, we have like 10 in the back. Like we have to get through, you know. And sometimes he works out the riff, and then I work out the melody on top, and then sometimes I bring the lyrics, and he goes, and we're like, hey, how can we make this work? And then we just like.
But also, we can also just be sitting, just the two of us with a guitar, and then I'll just play something, and she'll immediately start singing, and then we'll just write a song.
Just
as well, like
whatever
we'll
hits the
both
chord,
just
you know,
improvise
like,
together.
That's nice, and then you'll keep going, and then he plays something, and I'm like, wow, this is beautiful, and we should like, you know, take it to the next level.
You should write a song and record an album, and that's what you do.
Yes, and take over the world.
And take over the world. Speaking of taking over the world, of course, we've been asking, this is a Tech Thursday on the show this morning, we've been having a little bit of fun with our viewers, asking what tech gadget, if they could have a secret spy gadget, what would that be? Ooh. If you could choose any awesome spy gadget, what would it be?
I've always wanted to have one of those rings that have like a grappling hook, you know, that shoots up so you can like shoot the top of a building, and then it pulls you up on the ring.
That's a tiny little grappling hook, man.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because it feels like he's been waiting for someone to ask him this.
Like my whole life. Like, thank you. I've been ready for that answer.
I'll do it, man. I'll do it. And because you're a rock star, you could have like 9 or 10 rings. You could just do whatever. You could
pull yourself
grappling wherever you wanted. If you could have any secret gadget?
Oh my gosh. I think it would be cool like if I had like a fold-out vehicle or something, like a bicycle or like a bike that all of a sudden just like was a purse, and I just went like bing, and it's just like folded like chunk, 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 like out for me. It's like a proper like bike, and then I just come on.
How would we start with like a scooter? Like
yeah,
a clutch scooter. Okay,
yes,
that you just
exactly. Scooter clutch.
It's a thing, man.
Clutch. I don't know.
I'm still thinking about the poor guy stuck in the boot who's not skeleton. That's just awful.
No guitars for harm in the making of the music video.
We promise you, but a director was. We love you guys. You're creating some amazing music, so I hope that this is a union that is going to just stay together and keep pumping out this creative vibe. And really cool to have you on set this morning, live performances. It's feeling like a festival. But keep those social media comments coming. We'd love to know, what secret spy gadget would you choose if you could?
Becoming a parent fills you with delight, nerves, and questions. Now, an original South African app has the answers. Whether you're expecting your bundle of joy or raising a preschooler, the Purity Journey Journal app is a breeze to use. Sign up for free and choose from a host of features, including 24/7 medical assistance, expert tips, and milestone tracker. Sign up to the Purity Journey Journal app for whenever you need some guidance along your parenting journey.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Welcome back, by the way.
I'm still reveling in that performance, and I can't get over that Blondie reference. To say someone sings like, Debbie Harry is like a compliment.
Yeah.
This kind of indie phase with Chianosky, it's given her like a whole new lease on life. It's amazing.
More and more. We are loving it.
More.
We want more. We want more. Okay, we're going to sing that later.
Absolutely beautiful.
But of course, we also want warm of your comments. We had that really cool question related to if you were a spy, what type of secret gadget you would have. I actually thought about mine. You know the face changer?
Oh, yeah.
That would be so cool in like the Mission Impossible. Something you press and then you just become somebody else.
I'm just thinking about the baby app that you showed us.
Yes!
Turning into a baby.
Snapchat.
Can you imagine just press the face and like, Nathaniel.
Hallo, my naam is Nathaniel. Gaan dit met u? Baie dankie hoor. Dis lief vir hier op die
Do you know who I am?
You're not just immediately.
What is wrong with you two? Let's find out actually what other people had to say with regards to this. So you on social media obviously came through, and we had Benzi saying, morning, my secret gadget will be my earring because I'm always wearing one everywhere I go. But what is it going to do?
Only one, does she mean?
Ja, tell us what it's going to do.
Yeah, I get it's the
You almost stayed
earring.
in Nathaniel.
Ja, Nathaniel, kom nou terug.
Ek wil net sê, ek vind dit baie lekker op social media. Kan ons weer sien as daar ander comments. Ek wil net sien gou.
Aaron to say, good morning, team. Laser glasses to scan the evil. A microphone pen that fits in my pocket so I can hear. Okay, scan the evil.
Yes.
Dude, imagine scanning the evil. Got my glasses on.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't want to chill with you.
Yeah.
Scanning the evil right now.
Yeah.
Have to get out of here.
Yeah. Okay, that's intense,
We have another
man.
one that also came through, and this one is from Joan Cameron. She says, my secret gadget would be a small camera and a microphone hidden in my spectacles.
Apparently that's like standard.
That is standard.
Spy stuff. I feel like another hint is being dropped to a significant other here. Moketsi saying, morning, Team Expresso, my gadget would be a ring.
What does the ring do?
Okay. It
Come on.
shines.
Come on, the ring.
It blinds people with its iridescence as you walk into the room.
Yeah, this is a big hint.
The diamond is so big.
Spies
that
are
it
so
literally,
good at
like,
being
sparkles in your eye.
They're good at being subliminal. That was actually a spy move. Well done.
We hear you, girl. We hear you.
We did indeed. And then, of course, we got Polane saying lipstick and a pen, most definitely an invisible car.
Is the car invisible? Again, I just need you guys to elaborate more. I want to understand what we're
definitely
doing.
a car that turns invisible, but lipstick as a pen, is that a pen that you can just do your lips with?
Possibly.
Is it lipstick that you can write with as a pen?
Or could be the pen that you write with a lipstick, or you can write the word lipstick with the pen.
Or a lipstick that shoots.
Oh, my word. You know what? That's fine. On to some other gadgets that we may have. In fact, hold on, let me go. Nathaniel face.
Baie dankie hoor. Daar's baie lekker insert hierso met Zoe en Knox en 'n virtual app. Gou sien. Baie dankie hoor.
Just back to normal. Hello.
The pandemic has certainly shifted the way we shop, and virtual try-ons, it's hot, and it's also a global beauty industry. Now, Woolworths recently launched this new feature on their website, which has made online shopping more interesting and even more personal than ever before. We have our beauty editor, Knox Mafu, in studio to tell us all about it. And I have to say, Knox, virtual try-ons?
I am so excited.
Where's this been all my life? Because I'm a hesitant online shopper.
Yes, and Woolworths being ahead of the game, this virtual try-on allows us to try over 1,000 makeup shades, mascaras, blushes, anything you can think of, and you can do it all before you go into the store or you clear your cart. and this technology is going to change our shopping experience.
Okay, well, let's try it out.
Absolutely.
Because we have it on the Woolworths website. So that's
Right.
woolworths.co.za.
Exactly. So you go onto the website, woolworths.co.za, and if you notice now, you'll go onto the site, we're going to look for beauty. And right at the bottom, we've got something called virtual services, right? And we're going to click on virtual try-on. And here they can try on hundreds of shades, and you can see this is really, really amazing. You'll obviously consent to the terms and conditions. Let's try...
Let's do lipstick.
A lipstick. Okay, cool. Let's do the Smashbox lipstick, which I've actually always been super interested in. And we're going to switch on. So you'll see that there are two apps. You can try by doing the live camera, or you could upload a photo. So we're going to go with live camera. Let's do live camera. So you get some lighting tips here, which is great.
I love how they make it so easy, because if you love the color, the option to add it to your cart is right there.
Exactly. You clear your cart. There's no reason why you can't shop on the move. And this is something. So you'll see now I'm coming onto camera. I'm sure you're looking at that now. And I've already got a lipstick on, so it might be hard to tell. But here now I can play with the different colors that they have.
Ooh, look at that, it changed.
See?
Love.
And then, ooh, look at that. That could have been a nice
that's
one.
a nice nude.
Exactly. So that's called Recognize. Some more of a
Oh, yes, honey.
shade. You see.
Can I try it out?
Of course.
Please, can I try it out?
Of course.
Okay, so at the moment, I naturally have red lips.
Yes.
But let's go with pink.
Ooh, lovely.
There we go. Oh,
That
let's
actually
go
goes
for
well
browns.
with your outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Stunning.
There we go. Let's
So,
see.
I mean,
Ooh,
you
red,
could do
red.
this with mascaras, with blush, with foundation. There's so many options to choose from. And look at that.
Look at this. Ooh, have you ever tried black liquid?
I haven't. Please, you have to do it. Ooh, that's a bad girl. But it's so easy to try even daring makeup looks that you haven't done. Over 1,000 options to choose from. And they are loading more and more of your favorite beauty brands so that you can try it on and get ahead of the curve in your beauty shopping.
Now, with a few simple taps and some snaps from your phone in seconds, you can try on makeup in real time from the comfort of your own home. Why don't you give it a go? Try it for yourself on woolworths.co.za. Snap a pic and maybe share it with us on the Expresso Facebook page.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're just in time to celebrate. The who's who of the South African food and hospitality industry rubbed shoulders at the 2021 Lux Restaurant Awards as industry icons were recognized for their excellent work and, of course, their abundant talents.
Well, here's an insider's view of the festivities and Chef Tumi's sensational win.
So proud, so proud.
We all know how difficult the year 2020/2021 has been, and despite all of the challenges that have been thrown by the global pandemic, the hospitality industry has ensured that they continued moving forward, making sure that they deliver world standard cuisine as well as excellent service. And tonight, the Lux Restaurant Awards, they celebrate and shine the spotlight on all those restaurants and individuals who've gone above and beyond. The entire hospitality industry is here. They look amazing, but the food, so yum. You know where to find me.
Essentially, Lux Restaurants Awards are an awards evening celebrating the industry as an entirety. And what we look to do is to try and remain as inclusive as possible, representing everyone from restaurant of the year down to food truck, street food, fine dining. So basically, in a nutshell, it's an award ceremony that is inclusive and represents the industry as a whole.
The thing is, when you sit at a restaurant and you get your lovely plate of food, you think, oh, what a nice plate of food. But there's so much more that goes into it. These people in this industry really do go above and beyond to make sure that that becomes an experience. So seeing all of the people involved in bringing this together, the passion and the heart and the soul that they put into it is so inspiring.
We're looking quite forward to announcing the Restaurant of the Year, Chef of the Year as well. We've got fantastic celebrities here tonight, the Lazy Makoti, Chef Inti, and Hendrik van der Westhuizen. So we're quite excited to make sure that tonight is really, truly amazing.
As someone who is so heavily involved in the food and the culinary world, you must be so satisfied to see all of your peers coming together to celebrate the industry, but also to celebrate each other in this way, right?
It is important to me because especially knowing and seeing people that I admire, seeing people that I look up to here in the same space, being able to live out their destiny, you know, celebrate their love language, because that's what I say to people. I say that food is a love language, and getting to be here amongst them is for me the ultimate celebration of life in itself.
Tumi, we're so incredibly proud of you. I mean, you've been nominated in the Rising Star category. Congratulations! How does it feel?
I'm still in that moment where I'm like, is this really happening? Is this my life? So I might not have the words for it, but Tabiso, I am beyond myself. And also being able to share this with my mom, because I had to make sure that I bring her here to celebrate with me, is just the best thing ever.
What stood out for me tonight as well was the fact that a lot of these chefs want to fuse African and European cuisine together, which is absolutely incredible, because what it does for us as Africans, it elevates the status of our foods, because we always look down on umngqusho. It's fantastic to see the fusion of South African chefs.
I don't know about you guys, but I can feel the excitement, a bit of tension over here, over there, everywhere, because the moment we've all been waiting for, it's about to happen. Just to name a few of the categories: food, deco, and service. And the winners are about to know if they're winners. My highlight tonight has to be seeing Tumi Mokhwai of the Afternoon Express and Taste Masters SA take her award. There's always a story behind every chef, and I think her story has been the most inspiring one for me personally. And the award for Culinary Personality of the Year goes to the Lazy Makoti. How does it feel?
Oh, it feels incredible. I'm so incredibly excited. So grateful as well. What an amazing night.
Well, I'm standing right next to an absolute A-lister of the culinary world, Jan Hendricks van der Verste. Said you've scooped 3 awards tonight. I feel like a winner just standing next to you. You're trying to play it cool, but it must feel amazing.
It's incredible, and it's so good to be back on South African ground and to do what we've done in France, but to do it back in South Africa and to get to get my team to get recognized for this. So we are so honored.
You're gonna have to tell me, how are you feeling after receiving this Culinary Icon Award?
I'm besides myself, honestly. You know, because it's been a long journey, hard work, a whole 7 years, guys. When I got into the industry, it was predominantly white, and you would not find a black voice. And today, you have a lot of black chefs. I mean, you've seen some of them. Bomokau was Zanele here. They've won awards as well. Celebrating our culture, celebrating our heritage.
Where do you even start? It's that Taste Master SA Afternoon Express magic oozing. Congratulations to me. If I had won an award, I wouldn't be sitting on a couch, first of all, casually luxuriating. How are you feeling?
The thing about a star is that it doesn't know it shines until some people say, hey, knowing that all the hard work and all the efforts that you put into doing what you want, doing what your heart desires. For me, Natabi, so that's the biggest thing. You know, just knowing that I'm living my purpose and it is seen by the universe.
Well, Dumi, here's the thing, is that now you're an award winner, and so everyone's sitting at home wanting to know from Dumi what the future of the culinary world looks like in 2022.
Natabi, so the biggest thing for me is just being able to rub shoulders with the big names in the industry. I think one thing we underplay is the fact that I'm here with people that have been doing this for years. And I've been saying the food truck is going to happen there. The Chumi restaurant will come through, don't you worry.
And that's it. What a night of celebrating the best of the best. Festivity, yes, over here, over there, everywhere, showing South Africans and indeed the world what we're all capable of doing when we really set out to do it. And all I've got to say to you, Dumi, is how twan limone wana wina di awade twan limone wana utamaya ka awade. Oh yes, I'm rubbing shoulders with an award winner. Yes.
Wow. Man. What a time to be alive. Of course, while 2021 may have been a year of challenges for the food and hospitality industry, some were able to rise up and were recognized for their achievements at the 2021 Lux Restaurant Awards. Our very own Taste Master winner and Afternoon Express resident chef Tumi was nominated for an award and won in the Rising Stars category. She's here to share her experience with us. Tumi, can we give her another round of applause? Wow.
So first of all, you look beautiful at the event.
Thank you.
And yesterday I shot with the amazing Clifton Lifesaving team, and I learned to hand signal. This means I'm in need of resuscitation. Ooh, girl, you look gorgeous.
Thank you very much.
This award looks good on you.
It definitely does. And all of this looking good is thanks to our stylist, Robin. She worked her magic. I felt like magic. I felt like power. And I feel like even that on its own, had I not won, that would have been enough because I just got the opportunity.
Right, but now you have bragging rights.
You won. How good did it feel? Because it looked like you gave that acceptance speech like a bit of oomph there as well. How good did it feel winning this, and a very prestigious award at that?
You know, I spent hours and hours trying to figure out what I was going to say, and then I said, scrap it. Speak from the heart.
Yeah.
And nothing mattered at that moment, knowing that, first of all, I could share that moment with my mom. That for me was the biggest thing ever,
She
you know. Because these are the things we talk about, these are the things we dream about, these are the things we hope for. And being able to share those moments with the people in your life that have seen you sacrifice, that have seen, like my mom saw me quitting a job, a full-time job, to become a chef, not knowing where it would end. And here she is now to witness all of this. That for me was more than anything.
I can't help but get emotional as well, just because we've seen you, obviously, the Taste Master winner, seeing you grow over this past year and a half. What was it like also just to rub shoulders with people in the industry that you've always looked up to?
I think that was another big thing, knowing that so many times we look at these people as so inapproachable, so far out of reach, and then being able to be in the same space as them and seeing how willing they are to share their knowledge, seeing how willing they are to say we grow together. You know, we're in this industry, like you said, Jamie, the hospitality industry took a huge knock.
Been rocked,
but being able to see people saying through the ashes we rise was just the most amazing thing. And being able to speak to these people one-on-one and hear their stories and hear their journeys, it was very encouraging. And I was like, yeah, girl, you got to keep doing it.
Yeah, no, the first of many, I've no doubt. If we look at your trajectory and the kind of arc that you're on, let's be honest here. You've had to become a TV presenter over the last year as well, and you do it brilliantly. I mean, you guys keep it locked down on Afternoon Express, and you've created this beautiful brand. But you highlighted the fact that you've had to work so hard. This is a journey of sacrifice. What is it that defines success in the foodie world? What has allowed you to be able to make your mark, do you think, where others, so many others are trying?
I think more than anything, it's not conforming. I know we're given titles to say you're a chef, but once you become a chef, you're more than that. You speak a language of love to people through your food. You are, and if anyone that has started in the industry at the bottom knows that you go from being a sculler to shucking oysters, to being a cleaner, to being a waiter. You do all of that because it encompasses the hospitality industry. It's not just about the plate of food at the end. It's about all the background work that gets you to that stage where you can present something to someone and say, this is my heart on a plate.
And look at you now, hitting us with your rate card now, girl.
Talk to my agent.
Talk to my agent. Obviously, again, I want to go back to you sharing this moment with your mom and your son watching. You inspire so many people, and people are watching you in the industry now saying, I want to be like Tumi. What message of hope do you have for people that are starting there at this color, busy now doing the oysters and the mussels, to say, don't lose hope, you know, look where I have come from and where I'm sitting right now?
I think more than anything is what I said about the glamour is in the hard work. Most people are waiting for this and don't understand that it's all part of the journey. You know, just like when you drive a car, you go through speed bumps, you go through potholes. It's all part of it. You can't get away from it. And if you're going to try and do that and try and avoid it, then you probably won't be winning a Culinary Rising Star Award. Just saying. But yes, it's all part of the package, Jamie. I just want to say, if you really, really want this, no matter what it is, whether it's being a chef, whether it's being an accountant, whether it's being an artist, whatever it is that you want to do, you have to put in the work, but it also comes from the heart, Jamie. You can see it in how I look at you guys doing what you do, and I'm like, look at it just flowing through your veins. It has to start there. It can't just be, oh, I saw someone do it and I want to do it. It has to be inside of you.
I can still remember that I was lucky enough to be one of the voiceover artists working on the show that kind of made you, and I remember that episode where I was like, oh, she's got it. Did you ever think when you started that journey that you would be here now?
I don't want to sound arrogant, but I felt it in my heart. I felt it in my existence. Yes, obviously you don't want to boast, but I was like, this feels so natural. This feels so part of me. And even if it didn't work through Tastemaster, to be honest, I felt like I had actually put my step in the right direction towards where I want to go, even if I didn't know it before. But that was basically a step forward towards many other great things.
The power of manifesting, girl.
Yeah.
Look at it. And you have the best award also in studio right now. I think we should bring him in. Come on in, come on. Come on, this is the award. Look at this. Oh my God.
Ponkin, onkin. Hello, Pam Pam.
No.
How are you?
Oh, you must be so proud of mommy. We are all proud of mommy. And girl, you are doing things. We are so proud of you. And again, just thank you for sharing this moment with us.
Thank you for having me. It feels good to be part of this family.
Let's just say it's a little bit emotional in here because this is awesome. We've seen how far you've come and how hard you've worked. And I think just from a presenter's perspective, to see how hard you've worked to fill that role on the show and how good you are at it, never mind the cooking. You're an amazing television presenter now as well, which is another feather in your cap. This is going on our wall somewhere here, I'm afraid. Another massive congratulations to Chef Tumi. Oh, a brilliant, brilliant achievement. She deserves all the success and recognition for everything that she's put in. We are so proud of her, and we cannot wait to get her back in the kitchen. She will be in the kitchen in just a moment. Stick around.
next holiday with Marriott Hotels. Explore the best of Mzansi from our incredible coastlines, mountains, nature retreats, and bush escapes. Marriott Bonvoy members enjoy 20% off standard rates plus free breakfast, and non-members 15% off, and with flexible cancellation. Not yet a member? Join when you book. Book now on Marriott.com for the best rates guaranteed.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's your Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso. We're live at S3, and this is an opportunity for us to get the tech out there on a Tech Thursday and onto some interesting tech news. So, big news from authorities across the globe. An FBI global sting operation has led to the arrest of over 800 persons connected to the drug underworld, and this after crime gangs were sold encrypted phones that law enforcement officials could monitor.
Sneaky.
Very sneaky, and there's one person that knows all about the tech behind that. Grant Hines, welcome, my friend.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you for having me.
Always good to connect with you, my friend, even if it is remotely using your amazing tech at home. But this is a really interesting story and a kind of sign of the times. Give us more of the backstory here. How did the governments achieve this massive feat?
Well, it was actually quite an ingenious thing. It started with the Australian police. It was an idea that they had in 2018. And I don't think they realized how big this sting was actually going to get. So they created, they hacked these phones and got they found the person that supplied all the hacked phones, or all the phones for the private drug sector to use, and started seeding phones that they had access to, essentially, with their own firmware on it. And then the phones became so popular in the drug world that it just spread all around the world. And, 800 people have been arrested worldwide, which is pretty wild. As well as obviously like millions of dollars worth of cash and drugs and stuff, and without them 8 tons of cocaine, or without them even having to necessarily lift a finger. All they needed to do was monitor, and it was such a genius way to use existing technology, to do some good. It was called Operation Greenlight or Operation Trojan Shield, if you guys want to find out more about it. But it leads to a lot of questions. Obviously, the government did this, and obviously it was for a good thing, but can governments do this all the time to us?
Yeah.
And look, the thing is, I don't think it's possible to do this at the scale to the public, because you'd have to basically hack every phone, hardware hack every phone. Here's the big difference: is that it's not something that you would just install an app on someone's phone. It's literally the whole phone's been hardware hacked. So unless the government took your phone away for a week, or kitted it out before it was given to you, there's no ways that there's a way to hack that. So we're pretty good when it comes to that. It's not going to necessarily happen to us.
You don't sound so sure, though. You don't sound so sure, man. I'm a little bit nervous.
Our phones are collecting data from us all the time.
Yeah.
And the service providers on the phone adhere to a privacy policy. So we, as a government, as a country, we've got to be clever and smart about what we tell our government is important to us, for us to keep private. Privacy is a big deal for us, but if they want access to the stuff that our devices are finding out about us, they could get it legislatively, but they can't get it without any legislation, but we would know about that. So that's why there are some countries where for instance, in China, where that legislation is commonly open. The government has access to those devices, and other countries like the US, where tech companies are now starting to slow down. Even Google has started stopping cookies. I don't know if you know what cookies are.
Yeah.
Cookies are ways that you are tracked around the internet so that people could sell you something. So when you go search for something to buy, and then you go to Facebook and you see an ad for it, a cookie tracked you there. That's how it appeared there. It's not like the spooky
magic
conspiracy. It's literally tracked you to that specific spot. So if Google are getting rid of that because that's the demand, we've got to start obviously changing the way we do our businesses. But also we've got to be, as customers, very careful about what we do with our data and what our government enforces for us legally about our data.
Are we likely to see this kind of tech going back to kind of the law enforcement angle there used here in South Africa? Now that we've got such a successful working model and we know that South Africa sits on a drug trade route, are we likely to see this kind of tech permeate into our law enforcement?
Look, I think it would be smart if our law enforcement did something like this. I don't know exactly if it's possible here. We've got different kinds of crime in South Africa, and the different kinds of crime syndicates. It doesn't necessarily mean that this is the solution to our problem, but obviously that's up to the Hawks and SAPS to work out. But like, I'm not smart with that. I don't know. Maybe criminals here use smoke signals. I don't know. but
pigeons. They use pigeons.
So I'm not sure if this is going to work here. When it comes to software tracking, maybe that is a solution. But again, it means that the whole country is going to be listened to, and I don't think that's going to happen, because there are other parts of the population that also don't want to be listened, that aren't doing anything illegal, and we do like our privacy.
Yeah.
But that's what Fika is, or when you Rika your phone, we know what the activity of where that SIM card has gone, because that's why when you get a new cell phone contract, you Rika it. So our government has been proactive in ways that do emphasize privacy, which is really cool, and they also are doing it from a hardware level, so they can track where a phone comes from.
Awesome, dude.
Wow. Grant, thank you so much, man, for a bit of background on that. It does still bring a bit of anxiety.
I'm nervous now. I'm nervous, I won't lie.
But yeah.
Just don't leave your phone alone with the government for like a few days.
There we go. That's
easy.
I think that's the key right there. Thanks a lot, Grant. And I mean, this is what we have a Tech Thursday in that way. So more Tech Thursday stuff coming up, but I feel like it's good to go from spying on phones to pieing in the kitchen. There's Jamie Lee.
Get a bit of pie in the face.
Thank
there.
you.
And of course, we all know and love a good classic chicken pie. But how does a chicken pie with a curry twist sound? Well, this recipe is super easy and oh so tasty. And of course, culinary rising star award winner and resident chef on Afternoon Express, Chef Chumi, joined us in the kitchen to whip up this easy as pie recipe. And we're just going to show this the entire time. For every segment, we're just going to have this in the background, because girl, we are still smiling. I don't even, do you want to cook?
Girl, I mean, it's only necessary, but if I'm winning a culinary award, we should bring the heat to the kitchen. So culinary curry, you know, why not?
Hey, teach us your ways, ma'am.
Awesome stuff. So we're making a curry pie. Like most instances when people make pie, they'd want to use simple ingredients like chicken, which is reasonable, easy to find. I say keep it like that. Keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate things. You've got all these ingredients in your pantry anyway. So all we got here is we've got some chicken, some onions, some garlic, ground garlic, some ginger, chilies, and an array of spices, a whole lot of spices. So whatever spices you've got, you can use them, but try and keep it, because we're doing curry, so we're keeping those very curry-centric spices here. So to start it off, let me fry up our onions over here. Jane,
you do know that I am not even taking note of anything, and I'm just smiling, because my heart is so proud. We are all so proud of you, and now you're just working the kitchen. So the onions are going in, obviously.
The onions are going in.
It's just going to start talking to us.
Yes, like we always say on Afternoon Express, when you're making such dishes, you want to build the flavor. So I've started off with the onions. I'm going in with the rest of the flavonoids in there. So we've got flavors and seasonings. This is the flavor part of it, which is the base. And then we've got the seasoning part of it, which goes in a little towards the end. So just...
You know, you are all about the flavor and all about the season. Speaking about it, listen, it's obviously Tech Thursdays here on the show today.
Okay.
And we asked people if they were a spy, what gadget they would want. So we're asking you the exact same question. It doesn't have to be in the culinary or hospitality field, but if you want to go, what gadget would that be?
I've always thought about this, that if I was to be a superhero, what superpower would I want? And it would be the invisibility blanket. I'd want to be invisible, because I want to go into spaces where people wouldn't even know I'm there and do stuff. Not bad, naughty stuff.
Okay.
But, you know, like chow people's recipes that they don't want us to know, and get the secret ingredients, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Which chef, like, where would you go? Which chef would you want to go in the kitchen and then be invisible at, like... Gordon Ramsay? No.
You all know I have a huge crush on Mr. Zarnecki. I still
do you?
My friend, it'll never go away. He's my husband, that one. He must just, you know, fix his life. Let's fix our life, get together, baby. I love you. But going back to the recipe, yes, this is why
Back to the recipe.
You go in with our chicken over here, let that saute nicely. So it's on a high heat because in essence what we want to do is we want to char that chicken nicely on the outside, get all these other ingredients in our tomato puree, our crushed tomatoes, and we've got some cream over here, but we're going to put that little towards
later.
the end. So just let that cook down. And whenever you're making such recipes, once you've cooked your chicken down, you don't want to put it into the puff pastry immediately because it's basically going to melt away. So you want to make sure that you cool down this mixture first. Once it's cooled down, pop it into your pan, whichever pan you're going to be dishing up, casserole dish, or if you're going directly into the puff pastry, like I make sure it's nice and cold, then fold it up however you like. I'm actually going to add the cream here and let it reduce.
Perfect.
But you've got some that we've made a little earlier, so this is what we've done. We've cooled it down. It's nice and chilled. You pop in the mixture first into...
Oh, I'm putting the mixture... Okay, got it.
So we're doing a simple pie where it's topped with the pastry and not necessarily the pastry filled with the
Love that for us. And I love that it's a bit foodie as well, so that when you break open that pie, you're getting all that juices. Because I was wondering, I was like, how are we going to get all of this deliciousness into the pie? But then you can use the pie to scoop it all up.
Exactly, darling. And that's why we're using puff pastry, because it's also got that beautiful buttery layers that you've got in there. So it breaks down that curry flavor and just gives you a nice melt in your mouth, buttery taste. You could also use phyllo pastry if you'd like to, because it has that nice crunchy flavor on the top. So what I would do, I wouldn't even just layer it. I'd take the phyllo pastry and crumple it and make like a little pattern on top, because we also eat with our eyes, so it has to look pretty.
And that is why she's the rising star, everybody. Of course, you want to get your hands on this, the ingredients list and recipes on expressoshow.com. Am I just doing it like this?
Doing very well, darling. You're just going to brush it with some egg wash, cut off the edges, goes into the oven to bake. The whole idea is because the filling is already baked, you just want that puff pastry on the top to be nice and golden and crispy. And that should take about 10, 15 minutes at most, maybe 20, but I doubt it would get that high. It also depends on the heat in your oven.
Are you hitting us with a rate card now after this?
Well, I did say this, my friend.
Speak to our agent, easy as pie. Our chicken curry pie is for your convenience, and you can find it on expressoshow.com.
A healthier you starts with you and your plate. Join us on a nourishing journey by entering to be on SABC2's new show, Color Your Plate with Koo. To be part of the show, buy any 3 Koo products and send Koo5 a day to 072 741 5357 on WhatsApp. Follow the steps to load a picture of your colorful meal served and stand to win prizes valued at 500,000 rands with Koo. Koo, uzotwala.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso. We're live on S3 and we're back on the Expresso stage with two very, very talented people. Honestly, when I grow up, I want to be them, Chianosky and Sasha Regini. And they're from the new indie soap pop band called Amor. Amor. They said I should say it that way. They're giving us an exclusive here on Expresso as they perform their unreleased single. This is, wait for the echo, exclusive. Exclusive. It's a song they could name any month of the year, and they picked my favorite. This is June. Okay, that is an exclusive. It's called June. I love this month and I love this group. It's called Amor. Amor, please support them. Vocals from the locals. If you can stream them or download them or make sure you support them, please do it. Chianosky and Sasha Regini together. It's beautiful. It's called Amor. You're going to love them. They got another performance coming up for you very, very soon. Right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on S3. Let's take a look at the news.
2 minutes before 8, time to have a final look at those news headlines. Starting with your local news, economists say continuous load shedding will hamper SA's economic recovery if an urgent solution is not found. Now, this after Eskom yesterday announced that the country would move to stage 4 load shedding from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m., after which it reverted to stage 2 again. This could last until 10 o'clock on Sunday evening. Economist Mike Schuessler says with phase 4, the economy could suffer a loss of 68 million rand per hour. Eskom earlier said capacity problems would continue for the foreseeable future, also due to higher demand in winter. And then the United Arab Emirates ambassador to South Africa, Mahash Alameli, has confirmed that his country has ratified an extradition treaty with South Africa that will ensure that the Guptas are brought back to answer to allegations of state capture. The National Prosecuting Authority earlier announced that it had asked Interpol to assist with arrest warrants for Atul and Rajesh Gupta, as well as their wives. The Guptas are believed to have fled to the UAE in early 2018 as criminal investigations for alleged corruption accelerated. Now moving to news further abroad, the Moroccan parliament yesterday passed a law legalizing the production of cannabis for medicinal and industrial uses. Now legalizing cannabis for medical use now positions Morocco in a global market that is growing at an annual rate of 30% and by 60% a year in Europe. Now the aim is to also boost agriculture and create jobs in underdeveloped rural areas. Morocco is currently one of the world's largest producers of cannabis for illicit recreation uses. This will remain illegal under the new legislation. And then Joe Biden has embarked on his first foreign trip as US president. He is set to meet European partners and Russian President Vladimir Putin. Now, the trip will begin with a meeting today with British Prime Minister Boris Johnson before they set off for the G7 summit. Biden will also meet the Queen at Windsor Castle and join his first NATO summit as US president. Now, before departing, Biden said his administration would provide 500 million doses of the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine to some 100 countries over the next 2 years. And now some amazing news of a herd of elephants on the march in China. A herd of Asian elephants trekking across China's southwestern areas have captivated the nation and the entire world. Hundreds of millions have taken to social media to watch, discuss, and also guess about their incredible journey. A video of them taking a nap went viral in such a short space of time, and they have already marched some 500 kilometers from their original habitat and have so far caused damage of more than $1 million, about 14 million rand. Now, Chinese state TV has launched a 24-hour live feed of the huge animals, 12 adults and 3 calves, on the epic trek through barns, crop fields, and close to homes in the Yunnan province. Now, the entire Yunnan firefighting brigade has been instructed to closely monitor and protect them as they trundle along. Many roads have been closed using convoys of huge trucks to keep them from densely populated areas. Dozens of drones are deployed, and more than 400 people have been mobilized to ensure they are not harassed. It's still unclear exactly when, also why they left their habitat. Now, some experts think they are that an inexperienced leader may be leading the herd astray, while others believe the elephants could be searching for a new habitat somewhere else. On that note, that is where I leave your 8 o'clock news headlines. Here's G one last time with a look at the sports.
He's back. Let's start with football. Kaizer Chiefs have announced that Stuart Baxter will be returning to the club as their new coach. That, of course, after sacking Gavin Hunt. The 67-year-old English coach was in charge of Chiefs from 2012 to 2015 and very successful, winning several trophies during his first stint, including 2 league titles, the Nedbank Cup and the MTN 8. Baxter has agreed now to a 2-year contract with the Amakosi, with much of the current staff retaining their jobs as well. Then on to tennis, obviously dominating the headlines at the moment. Reigning champion Rafa Nadal has reached a record-extending 14th Roland Garros semi-final. That was after beating Argentine Diego Schwartzman. World number 3 Nadal winning 6-3, 4-6, 6-4, 6-love against 10th seed on a buzzing court Philippe Chatrier. Nadal will now face top seed Novak Djokovic in the semis. That was after he saw off Italian Matteo Berrettini 6-3, 6-2, 6-7, 7-5. The first men's semi-final will see German Alexander Zverev up against Stefanos Tsitsipas of Greece. Then on the ladies' side of the draw, Greece's Maria Sakkari. She beat defending champion Iga Swiatek to reach her maiden Grand Slam semi-final at Roland Garros. The 17th seed beating the world number 9 6-4, 6-4. Swiatek will now face Czech Republic's Barbara Krejcikova, who saw off American teenager Coco Gauff 7-6, 6-3. Then Russia's Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova will face Tamara Ziracek of Slovenia, and that's at 3 p.m. today. And that's a wrap of your sport for this Thursday morning. Let's get one last look at the skies above your part of this beautiful country and get a take on the weather.
Thank you so much, G, for that sports update, but also want to take the time to thank all of you, our viewers, that have taken the time to share how you start your morning. Now, we started the morning with Ashan Williams from George, who shared this beautiful and fresh-looking morning. Fatah Khan from Richards Bay also shared this beautiful picture overlooking the harbour in his area. And then kicking us off at 7 a.m., we received this beautiful blue sky scattered with clouds from Louise G. Sherry from Maybury Park, Alberton. And then last but definitely not least, Milena Jennifer Bossman from Ladysmith in the Western Cape with this pastel-coloured skyline. Please do continue to share your sunrise photos with us on the Expresso Facebook page. We really love seeing how you start your day in your part of the country. Now, of course, while we love seeing the areas of our country, we also enjoy interacting with our international viewers who tune in via YouTube and the Africa channel. Now, for your last international update of the morning, we are reporting on Savannah, Georgia. Now, this is the oldest city in the state, a strategic port city in the American River Revolution and during the American Civil War, Savannah is today an industrial center and an important Atlantic seaport. Today you can expect a partly sunny and humid day, a stray thunderstorm in the afternoon reaching a maximum of 34 degrees Celsius. Now, in other news as well, the sardine run is a much anticipated phenomenon every winter, especially along the popular Natal south coast. And winter has officially been with us for more than a week. Now, massive sardine shoals have been spotted heading north. The KwaZulu-Natal Sharks Board says there's been a spike in predator fish activity due to the annual sardine run. The acting CEO of the Sharks Board, Harry Mbambo, said this year seems quite exciting due to very nice and cold water. Shark nets have been removed between Port Edward and Isipingo Beach near Durban, and thus no swimming will be allowed between the two beaches. He said it was most important for people to be aware of this. Last month, shoals of sardines were already spotted making their way up to the coast of the Eastern Cape towards KwaZulu-Natal. So the time has once again come for one of the world's most impressive natural phenomenons, the Great Sardine Run. It may not be as visible as Kenya's wildebeest migration, but it remains a wonder of the natural world. On that note, here's a final look at the temperatures for today. For you, Polokwane, do expect a low of 5 today, peaking at 19. If you're out and about in Umbumbela, expect a range of 10 to 24. Pretoria, for you, it is a low of 8 and a high of 19. Johannesburg coming through with a minimum of 7 and a maximum of 17. Mahikeng, 7:20. Klerksdorp, for you it is 5:18, and then Kimberley showing off today with a minimum of 8 and a maximum of 19. Bloemfontein ranges from 3 to 18, and then Richards Bay coming through with a low of 14 and a high of 22. Pietermaritzburg 7:22, South Africa's playground Durban ranges from 15 to 23. Mthatha, for you it is 4:22, and in East London with a low of 13 and a high of 24. Cradock 3:20, Gqeberha, for you it is 11:25. Sunshine coming your way, George, with a minimum of 12 and a maximum of 23. And if you are in the mother city, Cape Town, today, expect a low of 11 and a high of 19. Worcester, sunshine also coming your way, ranging from 8 to 24. Sutherland, 4:16. Uppington, 11:25. Whatever the weather, wherever you find yourself, have a feel-good kind of day. And right now, it's time to be inspired with some men fashion.
Can we just add to that weather report, please? Because weather forecast, cold conditions are expected across the country. But I must just tell you, hot fashion. Winter is all about layering and out to combat the cold. But of course, it's important to invest in key pieces that you can wear without having to repeat the same look twice. And this is why we have somebody who is to the fashion industry, Beyonce, to the music industry, basically fashion editor, Knox Mafu, is here to break down the latest in winter lifestyle and dressing for men. So, Knox, always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Always.
It's great. It's time to get cozy a little bit.
Cozy is good.
Switch it up a bit.
And we even have a model. And I mean, look here, when you look at the model's face later, this person, you'll see what I'm talking about.
We've got next level stuff. Heat.
Yeah, there's a lot of heat there. But I'd say before we get there,
Yes.
for anybody, let's just say there's a gentleman watching. There's a, perhaps, you know, Father's Day is coming up, so there could be an
100%.
opportunity for a significant other to
Yes.
start purchasing some staples. What are the staples for winter that should be in your cupboard?
Okay, so I think we don't want to like reinvent the wheel here. You've bought things last season.
Yeah.
You've bought them the season before. Here, it really is to just build. And obviously, we're all very economically conscious at the moment. So
Absolutely.
it's about getting the items that are really going to help you with the layering. So that's down to, for instance, let's start at the bottom. Your chinos are super important in any men's wardrobe. I love kind of the focus on tailoring the male form at the bottom. Really has a great way where you can wear it both formally and also in a casual way. So it really has a versatility that chinos are a win, right? And then you've obviously got your basic tees, which are super important. And these are just obviously not only to retain warmth, and we know that a lot of the cottons that are used at Woolworths are made with conscious effort and are also recyclable, which is great. So all of these are gonna help, you know, gather heat and keep you warm, but also obviously make a great layer and a great staple.
Base layer. I find t-shirts are a base layer. You need to pick them well too.
Exactly,
You want
so
to
they
get
can
something that's not too
last.
thick.
Exactly.
That is like, if I look at these Woolworths T-shirts, they are perfect thickness, great quality as well.
Exactly, the
and they're going to
colours are
retain.
also great. Exactly, and they wash really well. They
Very good.
retain the colour, which is extremely important for all of us. And then, of course, jackets are super important. So up to your zip jackets, which are great in a beautiful fleece. I mean, feel that.
It feels good. Also, I like that there's actually a bit of tailoring in the jacket as well.
100%. So you
Beautiful.
can play between, you know, obviously we know that
It's funky.
Exactly.
Right.
The more camouflage look has definitely been important.
So is camo returning?
Definitely camo's
has
returning.
always lingered?
Exactly, but there are also actually kind of three trends for me that are big right now.
Okay.
So we've got the puffer, right? Now the puffer is just about, you know, creating a statement with fashion. It's
Yes.
about really obviously function because it's inspired by kind of utility style, but it really has an ability to add a bit of a depth and a statement to any outfit. So some people will wear it even with a sleeveless one and they'll wear it on a suit, just to give it a little bit of urban street
I like
style.
that.
Exactly.
I like it. Also, a puffer lasts forever because how many times where, say your dad had a puffer, it often gets handed down. Because
Exactly.
it doesn't really lose its style, does it?
Exactly, and it's got a very good, it's very durable, which is great. And then, of course, the trench coat. Now, what the trench
Ooh,
coat...
love.
You know?
Trench coats means you're coming there for business.
Exactly,
Right?
and I love that you said that. It's about a statement.
It
It's
is.
about business and also kind of, you know, it's great for any male form. It gives you length, it kind of follows you in the right way. So really a great way to focus on the shoulders, definitely to keep warm, but also another key item if you
Yes.
want to focus on layering, and it's great for the length. And my last one
Okay.
is definitely, so we've got the puffer, we've got
the
the
trench.
trench, and now your knitwear. Now, knitwear is important. The polo neck. I even had to dress in one just to...
Well done. And it looks really good because you look comfortably warm.
Exactly.
You don't look uncomfortably warm as sometimes people get it wrong.
Exactly. So it's great about elongating the neck. You can also use it as a way to, you know, wear it with an easy chino.
Yeah.
It's one of those items that are a great base, but also stunning to layer and add a little bit of depth to your outfit. And the
Let's bring in a model, you know?
Let's do
So
it.
we've got trench down, we've got the knit down, but let's get the puffer in,
Let's
you know
get
what I'm
the
saying?
puffer.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Please make some noise for G, the fashion icon. Woohoo! Look at that. So chinos, as you can see,
Okay.
very well tailored. If you look at his leg structure, clearly it's a man who has been to the gym all his life.
Exactly, and has been working really hard to show us that, hey,
yeah.
I'm a man of the gym. So honestly...
I'm of the
Of the gym, that's what you are.
So it's you know, the beautiful cottons used
Yes.
by Woolworths here. I love the kind of comfort also. I think we can even see G's very comfortable.
Yeah.
Then we've paired it with some great shoes here.
And here comes the layering.
Exactly. So we've got the puffer, we've got, you know, the sleeveless fleece, you know, top that's got there, and the t-shirt. So we've seen three of kind of the hero items we've seen on the rack being used in fashion. And I mean, the layers are great. The color and the grading is wonderful. So also the colors of winter are great because you can play between fashion items and statement pieces really well because they just blend together really nicely, if you know.
You know, when I look at G at the moment, I'm thinking, why add value when you can dad value?
You can dad it.
Oh, yeah.
I feel
You
like
feel
it's
that?
understood. You kind of stole the show a little bit this morning, okay? What's going on here? So we had to start up. No, I love this puffer.
Yeah.
I like the shorter length puffer, like almost a bomber jacket's
Exactly.
kind of length. It's pretty cool. Love the layering. Feel it's sharp, it's beautiful. Love the tones.
Yes, and if you were to like get hot in that, you still look pretty cool, you know.
Ooh, he's
with
already hot in that.
Exactly.
right.
Now we're just adding the extra heat.
It's going to be good. Thank you very much to our model and to you, Knox. Thanks very much for some of those trends. I hope that you've been making notes. The trends have been good. We're talking about that trench is there, the knitwear is there, the puff is there, and Woolworths has everything you need to complete your winter look. W Rewards members get up to 25% off on men's jackets and coats between now and 20 June 2021. Shop it at Woolworths, in store, online, and on the app. And think about Woolworths for Father's Day. It's a good look. Thank you.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso as we go to infinity and beyond, or more aptly, to Venus and back to Venus again for NASA. That's what the space agency has got their sights set on next. Astrophysicist Dr. Imogen Whittam connects with us all the way from the UK to tell us more about the agency's future space travels. Imogen, so cool to connect with you on the other side of the world. I suppose one day I'm expecting to connect with you on the moon or somewhere. I hope you are happy. You look really happy and healthy. Let's get down to business. NASA is sending now 2 missions to Venus, but this is not the first time they're doing this, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. This is far from the first time that we've been to Venus. In fact, Venus was the first planet that humans ever sent a probe to when NASA sent the Mariner 2 probe there in 1962. And then it was again the first planet we ever managed to actually land a probe on when the Soviet Union went in 1970. But despite this kind of early interest in Venus, it's been pretty overlooked for the last sort of 3 decades or so. I mean, in the last 65 years, NASA have sent 11 orbiters and 8 landers to Mars, but they've only sent 2 to Venus. And the last of those was in 1994.
So why the reinvigorated interest? Why not just once, but twice? Why are we now kind of reconnecting with the most romantic of our sister planets?
I mean, other than the fact that maybe Venus deserves a turn, there was a really exciting result last year when astronomers in the UK, they were observing Venus's atmosphere using telescopes here on Earth. And they found this weird signature of the chemical phosphine, which was really exciting because the only way that we know to produce that much phosphine here on Earth is via life. So this raised the possibility that maybe there are microbes living in clouds on Venus. Or maybe we don't understand something about the chemistry. Now, this result has been thrown into a little bit of question recently, but it's still hugely exciting.
We've got to find out, man. We've got to find out. What do we know about these 2 planned missions so far? What is going to be their main aim and how they're going to go about doing that?
Yeah, so these 2 missions are very complementary. The first one is called Da Vinci, and its main aim is to study Venus's atmosphere. So to try and work out why an atmosphere that may have once been something like we've got here on Earth became this sort of hellish atmosphere full of carbon dioxide where there's clouds of sulfur dioxide and that sort of thing. And also try and discover whether or not Venus actually had oceans. And then the second probe is called Veritas. And this is going to map Venus's surface. So it's got a radar, and it's going to create a very detailed 3D map of almost the whole of the surface of the planet. And this should hopefully tell us things like, are there plate tectonics on Venus? Is there volcanic activity? All of these questions that we really don't know the answer to yet.
It's basically like a planet that humans lived on millions of years ago and kind of did what we are doing to ours currently. I'm really interested to see where this is going in terms of the data that's going to be assessed. This is beautiful. Like you said, it's about time Venus got a turn. Imogen, thank you so much. Always great to connect with you, even if it is on the other side of the world. Really, really cool new frontier that we're delving back into. So good that there is a focus on Venus again. You go and have yourself the most spectacular day. Venus is the hot new destination, it seems. Excuse the pun, because it's really, really hot. Our planetary sibling, if you will, as the experts call it. Thank you so much to Dr. Imogen Whittam for getting us up to speed on the latest space news. Now it's time to catch up with Grant Hines again as we chat about actually moving to space.
Moving to space, eh?
Moving to space.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you move to space?
It depends. If I find a planet that's a lot like Earth and then I could sort of own it and name it, then I'd probably move to space. But I would invite people,
What would you name your planet?
There are a few in mind. I like Carl Raynes.
Coriolanus.
Yeah, that works.
Corluto, like
Corluto works nicely.
Corluto, it works.
But I'm not sure. Maybe I'll think about it. I have to workshop and brainstorm that, as you have with our social media post today, and that was related to this. If you're a spy, what would your secret gadget be? And you have answered so beautifully. So many great comments coming through. I want to read a couple of them. Jamie Lee, you first.
Yeah, definitely. We'll start with Elaine. She said, I would like a special app that lets me change outfits, where if I were to be late for something, I just go onto the app, pick an outfit, and it magically transforms what I'm wearing. Oh, that's next level. That is futuristic.
Brilliant.
Yeah, girl.
I
Or you
like
can just
that.
have like Knox Mafu or Robin like us that just transforms us instantly.
On file, just call them. Quick WhatsApp and they're there. Another comment coming through, this from Danielle, saying, my stilettos that I will be wearing can defend myself with those heels. I know stilettos already are actually quite cool for that.
For sure.
For protection.
We have another one from Portia. She said, Carl, you are so funny. Always makes us laugh. Thank you. My secret gadget would be a cell phone jammer. When I see my hubby's golf buddies call, I go. I like the face changer too, just to become Hulk when my kids need me out there. Not sure how I'll get buffed up though. Girl, eat your protein. Eat your protein. That is how you're going to get
Press
buffed.
the button. It's like that. Anyway, there's another question we'd like to ask you. Not only that, but if you had an option to move to space, the question is, would you?
Yeah, we're going to continue our space chat right now. You know how they say you need to find a hobby? Well, after retirement, to keep yourself going, maybe you want to do what Jeff Bezos is doing. He's set his sights on traveling to space to keep himself busy. The crazy thing is, a guy with his resources can make it a reality. Grant Hines now joins us to fill us in on all the details. This makes us exciting, man. We love it when crazy billionaires get these sorts of bees in their bonnets because they can actually achieve this. So how is Jeff Bezos going to actually get to space? What is his planned route?
Before we get that, I just wanted to say, when Carl said, you know, he's going to invite friends over when he moves over to another planet, and in my head, I just thought about all the Joburg friends that would make a plan to go to the Braai on the moon, where Carl's place, and all the Cape Town people that just wouldn't go because they would 20 minutes out of the way.
They would say they were coming, but then they just wouldn't go. They just wouldn't go.
Last minute, man, something came up. No, so Jeff Bezos is going on his own spaceship. It's called a Blue Origin's rocket. It's called the New Shepard, and they're going into space and then coming back down. And you could join him if you've got if you want to bid for one of the seats, because the seats are selling at $2.8 million. So if you want to go to space with Jeff Bezos, well, I'm glad you think so. Dinner's on you next time. But look, at the end of the day, wealthy people are doing this. I think big CEOs like Elon Musk, who's has a whole business model set on Mars, and Jeff Bezos, who's spending a lot of time and energy getting into space and providing spaceships that can travel there, means that space is probably not going away in the near future. But we haven't really asked the question, at least I think most of us, like, why should we go to space and if we should go to space? And there's actually a lot of arguments, especially, and you're going to be very surprised by me because I am the techie guy. I'm always excited about the science behind these things. But there's a lot of arguments saying that we should not travel overseas and should not colonize other planets. And a lot of that comes into all the resources that we're busy developing to get there can be utilized on Earth to improve Earth's status, because we've still got billions of years on this planet, you know?
I hear you, buddy. I hear you, but I've also kind of become it's been made aware to me by a lot of the scientists we've spoken to in this space that the most groundbreaking science has come about as a result of our research in the space area. So it does push the bounds, and it's in our nature. Do you think, because surely these guys, the Jeff Bezoses and the Elon Musks, they're the tip of the spear, yes. Will we get to a point where humanity will leave Earth? Do you see it in your future, in our arc, humans en masse leaving and colonizing other planets? Because surely, I mean, it's happening. It's happening.
I actually do. I think it's something that we do want to do as a human race. We put a lot of resources into this. There are benefits as a human race. For instance, being able to mine materials around our planet that aren't on our planet. So just rocks and asteroids that are floating around Earth have natural resources on them, in them, that are very rare on Earth. And we have the capacity to do that and build more spaceships out there and use relays. There was a great movie with Brad Pitt. I forgot what it's called, man. JP would probably be able to let us know. But you know, they use Mars as they use Earth and Mars. Ad Astra, that's it. As a stop-off point, you know, kind of like the Cape of Good Hope, you know, for the atrocities that happened with colonizers then. But you know, being able to then shoot through to another planet further off is very exciting. So I do think it's going to happen. But at the same time, I don't like the argument that we have to do this sort of research in order to get the information or build technology to improve Earth, because we have to go to space. There's a lot of things that we justify that are negative as a human race, technologically speaking, because we go, oh, don't worry, we're going to do that thing, but the R&D is great. You know, we're going to, we have to cull lions, for instance. We have to have a hunting trade, for instance, in order for there to be like a conservation project, and that money drives that. We've created that ecosystem, so we can do that with science. We can create, like, we just need to be motivated to look after our planet better. And I know like yourself and Ryle, like, you guys are very eco-conscious. It's something that's like on the top of your minds, and it's at the top of a lot of our minds at the studio. Like, we care about the planet so much, and us as a population needs to focus on that.
Yeah, but I mean, that being said, of course, we owe so many, like the calculator, you know, binary code to space travel, food in toothpaste tubes. I don't know if that's a thing, but if you look at kind of I just chatted to Imogen a moment ago about the mission to Venus, and what we're going to learn about their atmosphere and about what's happening on that planet might give us the key to unlocking how we can save ours. Buddy, I love this. This is the kind of stuff that gets me really excited. And the crazy thing is, we are speeding up so fast that it's going to be happening in our lifetime. You and I are actually going to see people living and colonizing Mars, which is insane. Buddy, thank you so much. I know you're having a crazy day at home, so we're sending you loads of love. Thanks for joining us this morning, man. And thanks, hopefully that's got you guys at home just excited, and your imagination is now burning. Mars, Venus, the moon later this year, and now the world's wealthiest person is giving you the opportunity, if you have 2.4 million hanging around, to do the same. So much happening outside our atmosphere. Grant, as always, a massive pleasure.
Welcome back, everybody. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show on S3. Winter is here, and South Africa, we do need your help. We've partnered with Game to help Gift of the Givers and the Homestead Project for street children beat the winter blues with a blanket drive. Now, we're asking you to play your part by donating a blanket at selected Game stores across the country. Ali Sablé, project manager at Gift of the Givers, joins us to chat about the work they're doing within our communities, what he has experienced having been on the ground, and how exactly you can get involved with Game's blanket drive this year. Ali, so good to connect with you. I mean, always it's via Zoom. Now to actually have you in the flesh. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Just thank you for all of the work that you've been doing this year. It feels, I know you're always busy, but it feels like just about every day we're reporting on another story of what you're doing here and abroad as well. So I know you have a broad network. For those that might have been living in space, we were talking about that a moment ago, for the last year and not know who Gift of the Givers are, can you give us an overview of who you are and what it is that you do, and then feeding into that your role in this specific project?
Okay, Gift of the Givers is essentially a disaster relief NGO. Our core focus is disaster relief. We have 21 categories of projects. Sure. But for the last year, the main disaster, as we can say it, was hunger alleviation amongst the rural areas, amongst the poor communities. That has been our main focus. And with this partnership with Game now, we'll be adding some warmth into the homes of many of those areas we have earmarked to visit. So this blanket initiative will be going into various parts of the countries and areas we have identified to distribute it.
Because it's been a hard year.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard that statistics in terms of food insecurity have almost doubled over this past year.
It's huge. You know, once you're on the ground and you see the reality on the ground, visiting the different areas and seeing the suffering of the people, being a disaster relief specialist NGO, we can see the need and for food especially, it's increasing drastically.
Yeah, and what has that response been like? Obviously, you working on the ground, being able to see it, being at the forefront of it all. What has that been like for you and the team?
You know, just to give you a story, you know, when lockdown level 5 happened, and you know, we got these emails flooding, coming for emails for food and for food parcels and for food hampers. What really touched us is when we went to an area called Pedi in the Eastern Cape, and we were distributing those food hampers. That was in June last year. And after the food hamper was done, a mother with the 3 children very dignifiedly came to us and to say us, thank you, this is my 3 children. You can ask them for the last 3 months the taste of every plant in the bush that we've been surviving for. So that's the kind of the realities. There's many more I can relate to you, but this is the kind of the situation we've been dealing with on the ground. And I must say the spirits of South Africans during that period has been phenomenal. We could see the difference and the hope we've installed into these communities with the different forms of distribution.
I mean, I know it must be difficult not to take this on board emotionally to have to see this, but then you kind of have this wonderful groundswell where big commercial partners like Game get involved. How important is it to have blanket drives like this, having these commercial partners literally put their money where their mouth is, especially now?
You know, we cannot do this alone, and that's why we appreciate the partnerships with Game. You know, winter is terrible, and you know, we experience it now when load shedding happens. We are all getting cold because there's no the electric blanket, the heater to put on. But this is the reality of many South Africans out there, where they are experiencing load shedding every day. You go into structures where there's no electricity. The only warmth is that sometimes you drive in these areas, you think, why is the people sitting at night in the cold around the fire? But it's much colder inside the house. Yeah. So they prefer being outside. And you know, over this last week, we attended to 5 fires in the Western Cape alone, where people forgot to put off the fire, they got to put off the paraffin heater, and the structures burnt out. And you know, the first thing when we go into disaster during winter, it's a blanket. And I always say, for a blanket, you know, we all have that gift we always remember of a lifetime. A blanket for them is a gift of a lifetime.
It's literally life-saving.
And we can, especially for that elderly person who doesn't have a proper blanket or proper sheet to cover themselves. So we see a simple blanket, the enormous effect it has on the recipient on the other side.
Yeah, and Ali, you have been encouraging all of us to do our part, but how do you encourage the rest of Mzansi to get involved and make a positive impact on these lives?
You know, as I said, we cannot do it alone. And the spirit of Ubuntu, you know, is told to us by Madiba. We can see that happening currently, and we urge South Africans, as you know, as you are getting cold in your home, think about the others who are experiencing this coldness, severe forms of coldness. Just the other day, our colleagues were in Aliwal North, where the temperature was -5. And they could see the state of poverty there, and where people don't even have proper covering to cover themselves. So we ask everyone to play their part. I know we as South Africans, we can do it in ensuring fellow South Africans have at least a form of warmth during this cold period.
Oh, thank you so much for opening a window into a situation, yes, that is very dire and very real within the country at the moment. But the bottom line is we can do something as individuals. We can help beat these winter blues literally with game and join the blanket drive. You can donate any new blankets in their collection bins that are placed in selected stores across the country, very easily marked. You can see where they are, and the collection bins will be available until the end of June, and will then, of course, all of those blankets will be donated to children and families in the time when they need it most. But I think it's also the emotional message, what you're saying to these members of the community through this act of kindness. That is in itself a massive, massive move forward. So, Ali, thank you, as always, to you and your incredible organization. Keep up the hard work, bud.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, talking about keeping warm, I've got a recipe for you, along with Chianosky, that you're going to love. Stand by.
There is a classic mayonnaise that brings out the traditional French in 3 levels of tanginess. The mild classic, the medium classic, the strong classic. Tangy, the way you love it.
Made with love by Clover.
So nothing brings more comfort than the fragrant aromas of a delicious curry. And if you're a fan of curry mayo sauce, then you'll love our Clover Classic Curry Mayo Roast Chicken. It ticks all the flavor boxes. I decided to rope in somebody from Amor, who's going to give a little bit extra love to this dish, Chianosky, to help me out here. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to be an easy recipe. Phenomenal. No, it's going to be. Look, I know that you're a performing artist. You're incredible in this industry, but a little rumor has it that there's somebody in your family that knows exactly how to cook.
Yes, my mom, actually, she's a chef. She's amazing.
Yeah.
Her name is Cherise, and she cooks under Cherise Cooks.
Is that the tag?
Yes, that's
cool.
the tag.
Handle? Got you.
Cherise Cooks.
Cherise
And
Cooks.
she's like freaking amazing, like perfectionist, just, well, she can cook anything. So I know she's watching me now going like, I better do a good job.
Okay, let's impress your mom. Can we impress your mom together?
Yes.
All right, so what we're going to do is, I'm going to ask you, that's my cutting station there. Potatoes, I love them. Everybody loves them. How can you not love potatoes? I want you to cut them into discs, please, about 2.3 centimeters in thickness.
Perfect.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
It's not that specific.
Can I get a ruler, please?
Yes, that's it. On my side, I am going to be preparing some chicken for you. Now, the thing is, you get your chicken pieces, as you know. I'm going to do 2 drumsticks here. Might use a couple of thighs. I think it's going to be pretty easy and simple to make. And you can choose whatever pieces you want out of your braai pack or chicken pack. You go for it. But all it takes is for me to create a beautiful sauce. I'm going to use this beautiful Clover Classic. I thought that it would be cool to use this one. There actually are 3 varieties of them. You get this, which is a bit more milder. You do get a stronger sort of medium one, number 2. And number 3 is that's if you want that extra tanginess. I don't need too much tang today because I got a lot of spices going into this, so number 1 should do the trick. How's the slicing going?
It's going good.
Let me just check the one over there. That one is 2.4, hey?
Oh my.
I'm not happy with it. I'm just kidding. So I'm going to take just a couple of dollops of the beautiful mayonnaise, and I want them to just coat the chicken. What we're going to do is essentially a marinade. And the great thing, as you know, with any dairy, I'm sure you do, because of Cherise Cooks, that dairy is a natural tenderizer of certain proteins, like chicken. So it's very, very nice to actually use this. Now, I've got some... you love flavor, right? Because, I mean, your music is... Amor
It's already
is full of
smelling
flavor.
so amazing.
Thank you. So I've got garam masala.
Okay, garam masala.
Garam masala, that's it. I'm going to pop that in. Garam masala. All right, you got that. Then I've got some curry powder. Or curry powder, yeah, that works as well. Then we got some turmeric, some also called bori in some parts of the world.
Beautiful colours.
And yes, thank you very much. I try my best. I do. Got some ginger in there that goes in, and then some garlic, and that is pretty much it. You assemble that, put that together like the Avengers, and I had to add that.
It's so
How's the cutting
interesting.
going?
I've actually never seen this whole mayo technique.
Thank you.
In full blast.
This is what I try to do. So what you'll do with those discs of potato,
Okay, yes.
all right, or what they call a disc à la spud. I'm kidding. I'm making up terms to try and impress you.
You know.
If you were to start a food truck, I just want to ask, would you call it Chiano Fry?
I mean, yes, now that we've done it, now that you said it, it's coined. It's
Yes, it's there. It's there.
See us at the market on Saturday. We'll
That's
be
it.
there.
And you're going to do a whole lot of fried goods. So what I'll do is I want to get this prop incorporated, and then I want